Down from 6.
Hey.
What is up, everybody?
Toby, do you want to?
I'll go for it. Yeah. Welcome to the Melanated Council. Another week, another stream. Thank you all for being here. As you can tell, we stream at 9-ish p.m. Eastern Time, 6 p.m. Pacific, or whatever the math works out for your time zone. That's the time that we stream if you look at the clock right now.
Yes.
Yeah, we're exactly on time.
Yes.
Julia. Well, I'll let you introduce I'll partially introduce, but let you introduce yourself too. Be Julia, one of our biggest fans, you could say, on the stream.
Woo!
We're flattered and delighted to have you here with us, because without our viewers, what is the stream? And now we get to showcase you all and have you here. So, you want to say a few words about yourself and anything you want to get?
Yeah, this is the one with Brooke.
Oh, I've got fans. Thank you, Sheena.
There you go.
Oh, yeah. Actually, I am such a fangirl. I was just telling Elle, I'm such a fangirl. I'm going to faint. But thank you so much for having me on. I'm really honored to be here because you guys are generous to share your platform this way. I appreciate it because I love you guys. I come every week. I feel like I know you.
Yeah,
but
we feel thank you so much for taking the time out and joining us. We really appreciate that.
And it's a marathon. You guys are usually on here for 2 or 3 hours. So I'm really ready to buckle in and go for the. Go for it.
That'd be awesome.
Sheena, thank you for coming. I invited a couple people. I was like, I'm going to be live on YouTube. Come see me be low-key YouTube famous.
There you go. There you go. The more the merrier. The more the merrier.
Yeah, I love talking with people. I represent the chat, by the way, because I'm always in the chat, so I know how they feel in there. So I'm always I'm going to be like, hey, what's up in there?
Yeah.
It's I know it is. I love that you guys interact so much with the chat. It's really engaging. It's fun.
Yeah, no, without you all, we wouldn't be here. We would just be, I don't know, me and Ron
talking to yourselves.
Yeah, just complaining to each other, just being really bored. No offense, guys. You guys are fun, but the chat makes it a lot better.
How did the three of you know each other? If you don't mind, I kind of want to interview you a little bit. Florida. I feel like you're in Michigan, Ron. I don't know, and then we got the Caribbean. Why am I thinking Caribbean? No, that's Elle. I know somebody has some relatives that are. I don't know. I'm just a little bit of knowledge. Can you tell me a little bit about how you know each other?
We met actually on Twitter from being part of the Yang Gang. Yes, Yang Gang. You were in the Masher. Okay, represent.
Have humanity first.
What does that say?
Humanity first. Really, the lighting is not great in this room, but humanity first.
Yeah, you got to get the light to face you.
Yep, that's what's up.
Or you could just turn around and look at the light.
This room is not fully set up, and there's still many unpacked boxes. But I won't go into my whole mess of chaos going on.
We love it here. We love it here.
Yeah. So we met on Twitter. There was a Black Yang Gang group. We were initially called the Melanated Council of Yang McCoy, or MCoy, however you chose to pronounce it. And that's how we initially started streaming, is if anyone remembers. And then a couple of, I don't think it's been a year yet, we rebranded ourselves to the Melanated Council because a lot of other Yang Gang streamers kind of went away from Yang. There was Nerds for Yang and other streaming shows that was had Yang or something in it. So we decided now it's Nerds for Humanity and things like that, or something forward. So we decided to rebrand ourselves, and that's why we're here now.
More niche. I'm just glad I discovered you. The only way I discovered you was through Yang. You might get more people if you, I don't know, get a different type of view. Who knows?
Yeah, no, for sure. If you all have the chance, definitely share the stream on social media. Sometimes admittedly during our streams, share it, hey, we're live now, just to get some people to show up.
I have like 0 followers anywhere, so I'm just an introvert. He's like, come. Okay.
I mean, hey, you brought Sheena, so
Yeah,
Hey,
she
there
knows.
you go. There you
yeah.
go. There you go.
But yeah, that's how we all know each other. I know that Ron, he lives in Michigan. Toby
Right.
lives in Massachusetts. I live down here in South Florida. I have Jamaican descent, which you're asking for the Caribbean.
And Toby does too. Toby, what's your? I feel like Toby has like first generation roots.
Well, yeah, Nigerian, so West Africa.
Okay, yeah, that's so interesting. Yeah. Anyway, Ireland.
No, you're good.
Wait.
Okay.
Like,
Nice. Yeah, that's
Let's
exciting.
go.
yeah.
Have you ever been
Oh
there?
yeah, we're I have actually. I went to visit.
Oh, nice. Like,
Huh?
was it to visit family or to visit the country or both?
No, I just visited the country. Like my family is like 4th generations back, and we were Orange Irish, so we were not that popular. We're Protestant, I guess.
Oh,
So
okay.
the Catholics were like, yeah, go take yourself over to America. But it was beautiful, just like I expected. Like Irish people are cool. They're very welcoming, and it's very green, and it's pretty. And I don't know what to. Yeah, they're good.
Yeah, no,
I remember. Who's here? I see people
Oh, this is
talking
Gil.
Two chat enthusiasts who have come on the stream this month.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm happy about
I know how it is to be in the chat. I was like, you can't silence me anymore. I wanted us to have a Zoom because I wanted everybody to be able to interact because they're so funny in the chat. Like, they're great.
Oh yeah.
And it's like, it's frustrating when you can't talk in real time. What's up? What's up? What's up?
Yeah, the whole talking in real time thing can like get you. You try to respond to people in the chat, and it kind of works.
Chad! My favorite Chad.
Your favorite Chad.
Yeah, I looked it up. I was like, "What's a Chad?" I thought that was slang. Maybe his real name is Chad.
Oh yeah, yeah. In this case, it is his real name, I believe.
Yeah, no, I believe his real name is Chad.
Well, according to the kids, he's an alpha male. He's the ideal male who's confident. And Chad, I'm just gonna blow you up while I'm up here. So because he seems like a good
It's
guy.
funny that his first name is Chad and his last name is like a luxury vehicle. So
Yeah.
he seems very Chad. He seems
Yeah, he's such a Chad.
Double suave, double.
Yeah.
This will be the Chad show. He's blushing right now. He went all quiet.
Ashina's driving home from yoga.
Oh, Gina, stop typing then. Stop typing. I see you. Stop typing. Thank you for being here, Sheena.
Yeah. I mean, Sheena, when you get to a red light, let us know how yoga went.
Yeah. I love yoga. That's part of my mental health, physical health, all my healthy things is like yoga, intermittent fasting, and meditation. I'm passionate about all those things. That and economic equality and injustice and inequality I get fired up about, but I'm gonna leave that alone. But all the healthy things I like.
Okay. Okay. So
Yeah.
intermittent fasting. What do you like about intermittent fasting?
Ooh, I love that. Like if you study it and you know about it. And he's a hanging Chad, Florida 2000s. I know that's what I thought too, hanging Chad.
Yeah.
I love it because it's healthy. Like what do they call it, autophagy? Like some people do it to lose weight, but I'm like, I'm not trying to lose weight. I don't need to. I'm 5'10", so. But it's so like I have higher energy, more clarity. I just skip breakfast and I go for a late lunch. So I have a feeding window from 3 to 8. And then you don't gain weight when you stop eating at 8 p.m. Like if you eat late at night, it's so much worse. You can eat the same amount of calories late at night as you do in the morning, and you'll gain weight at night. If you eat it in the morning or during the day, you won't gain as much weight. So, and that's when I'm weak though. At night is when I really want to snack and eat junk food. But if I could just cut myself off at 8, and then I'm like so much healthier and lighter. Like I feel better. So your brain like is more efficient operating off of ketones. So if you're in ketosis, you're much healthier. Like once you get past burning the fat, because your body needs a break from digesting every once in a while. We eat and snack all day and it's like it's healthy and it's not. That's just our big food trying to make money off of us. That's
like,
yeah.
Like breakfast literally means break fast.
Right. So if you can extend that fast, it's very healthy. Or I might try switching it around, the feeding window, eat in the morning and then not eat at night. We'll see. Just everybody's different, so.
Right, true. And it's like I feel like it's good to like try to see like what works for you. I do it occasionally. It's sort of like, especially if I was like drinking the night before. I'm doing it more for like losing weight and and also, like mainly for like losing weight and also just to like, like keep my calories in check. But especially like if I like drank the night before and like ate poorly, then I'm like, okay, let me like not eat until like 2 p.m.
If you drink the night before, you prefer to eat later in the day?
It's not like I prefer it. It's just like, it's just because like drinking usually leads to just like eating poorly.
Yes. When you're drunk eating, you mean? Oh, yeah. That's when you eat the pizza, the late night food. So good. When you're a cigarette and some junk food is delicious when you got the right buzz. But I'm not endorsing. I wouldn't know. I'm not Irish. Actually, I don't drink because I'm Irish. I used to, but I stopped. Then they've done that. Elle, I think you're younger than me. You'll find out. We're not live? What happened? We're live in 10? Oh, we've been live for 10.
Yeah, we've been live for 10.
Okay.
Yeah, you see,
like, oops.
We're live in 10.
Yeah, this is a practice run.
We're never going to be live.
Mish? I said that in Discord. Who's Mish? Now, I feel like they're famous.
Yeah. They're famous to us.
Mish is pretty famous on this on these
Yeah.
parts.
Yeah, Misha's been supporting us for like the longest, and
They're kind of like just legendary, infamous. Like you just can't even describe it at this point. The legend.
Exactly.
The man,
That's
myth,
cool.
the legend. Yeah,
All right.
I love it. The legendary Mish. Yeah, you are famous.
Yes, you're famous.
Hell yeah,
You
you're
are.
famous.
You are famous. You know it. Because
I had the honor to meet Mish when I went up to Boston.
Wow.
I think about
Isn't
it quite often.
Hey.
I know I did that once. I met somebody that I knew online only and met them online during the pandemic and they visited San Francisco and I met them for the first time. I was like, this is so weird. And it was a real friendship too. It was a real connection. I was wondering if it was just like a weird internet thing, but it's like, no, she's awesome.
Right, yeah. No, like it's actually
It's fun.
really cool, like meeting people online, like
Obama. Oh, sorry. Yeah. It's like the real thing. Like, I look at me, I get to talk to the three of you. I'm like totally like tripping because I see you guys on YouTube every week. So I'm like talking to you.
no, like we appreciate you coming on every week. Like we really do, because I know that you're usually working during this time, right?
Right. That's right.
Yeah. So like, like we really appreciate that. Exactly. No, I agree. Online friends are the best.
yes.
I know, because you don't have to see him all the time for one thing. You could choose when to see him and when not. You could choose your avatar if you're having a bad hair day.
Like how to present yourself. So, like all over the internet, like I look like this.
Right.
That's like reality.
No, you're good. You're not catfishing anybody. Me, I'm like a little deceptive here. This is me in real life. A ray of sunshine.
I got to meet
profile icon
at the same time that Mish, because I've known Mish, disclaimer, like we knew each other in real life through work years ago. But like Mish and Al got to meet. I was flying from home, which is like Maryland, DC area. I probably flew out from DC or Baltimore. Either way, flew to Boston, and me and Al were like, "Well, can we coordinate and meet?" Because it was like colliding schedules, and it's like a Saturday, and we did. We got to talk for I don't know an hour to 2 hours.
In real life,
because Mish got a whole like a day.
Yeah,
but it was still really great and phenomenal. Elle definitely is not catfishing anyone. I can verify. Two-factor authentication or whatever the heck you want to call it.
Two-factor authentication, yeah.
Let's go.
I mean, we can see her. She's not catfishing us, like so.
Like, this would be
I'll tell you, Al.
crazy deep fake.
I'm like,
deep fake. That comes into the real world.
this is artificial intelligence generated.
Yeah, Misha's disclaimer: I am catfishing. I created a whole Instagram profile to catfish people. No, we love you, Mish.
Created a whole life just to catfish.
I would have thought of.
Oh, interesting. I saw your comment go. I haven't been to Utah, but I've heard it's like a really beautiful place to hike and just like see the sights, canyons.
It's supposed to be really beautiful. Don't get me started on religion. Elle impresses me because she's funny in writing as well as in person. Like she's no joke about the jokes. Because it's hard to be funny in writing, and on Twitter, you're always cracking me up.
Yes.
No, thank you. I feel like I don't know what I've even said recently. sometimes I'm like, should I say this? I'm like, fuck it, who cares?
Yeah, you just gotta not care.
Who's gonna check you? Who's gonna check you, boo?
Right, yeah. But that's one of the reasons why I can't run for office, because they'll just be like, oh snap, like she sleeps with her friend's exes or something. And like,
I need video. No, Chad Benz. You're definitely catfishing people with your name, Chad.
Yeah,
that is true. That
I
is
can
true.
definitely see that being
That's
like
the whitest name ever.
Yeah.
the whitest name.
Can I jump in the chat still? I kind of miss the chat.
In fact, we've done that before too. Like I've seen Elle and Ron sometimes, and Gil when Gil came on a few weeks ago. Just
like sometimes
the YouTube Twitter fingers are going away, and
sometimes
I'm on my phone, so I can't get in the chat.
Gil, you gave into the mob. You gave into the potential mob that would come after you if we saw those tweets.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm gonna let my platforms be a living record. Every questionable thing I've said is just gonna sit there at this point.
No, I feel you, Toby. Like
I
thought about like deleting quote unquote bad, and I sort of did when I went viral a few years ago. Like I was only like a couple that was like that I could scroll back to. I was like, I'm not gonna sit here and scroll all the way to fucking 2009.
I regularly delete as I go. You guys are clearly not introverts.
Oh,
Sorry, an earthquake in Sorry.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm a deleter.
Yeah.
Edit,
I am
delete, edit, delete.
I don't know.
Are you an introvert?
I'm an introvert. I just I don't know. It's kind of weird. Like I'm maybe more of an extroverted introvert, but I'm definitely much more gonna like be a recluse. And I guess when it comes to online, I just post and be like, yeah, maybe this is not the best thing, but I'm gonna keep it because who is gonna check me?
Right. True.
That's true.
Social media.
Oh gosh, there's so many cases of that where you're too squeaky clean, and then you have like the worst skeletons.
I mean, I feel like in the next like 10, 20 years, we're going to be like electing, like voting for people who will have tweets that say like, yo, I just got the best head in my life. Like he made me squirt, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, well, she has a great platform. So
She has a great platform.
Wow.
Like, I'm saying like 20 years later, we're probably like politicians are going to try to dig up dirt, but like everyone's going to just be like so bad, quote unquote, that you're gonna like find nudes of like politicians and like find
I see we found a topic today. Okay, so the topic is squirting. What else are we going? That'll bring you the heat.
So
keeping it interesting and spicy.
Demon Time Part 2. Yikes.
Right.
No, Demon Times has ended. It was an example
So it
of
has
what we're most likely going to see, like how things are going in this trajectory of, I don't know, just craziness. Like what's his face, the Madison Cawthorn.
Oh gosh.
Even like what he's done isn't even like to me like that crazy, but it could be like really just used against him, which is what is happening. Like him being in like women's lingerie and.
What's wrong with that?
I didn't even see the videos, but I heard that he like was naked almost and like humping a guy, which I mean, like if that's your
no
persuasion,
crack, no scandal.
If that's your you said no what? You said no sex.
No crack, no scandal. It's fine. Your sexual preferences are not on the table anymore. They're not even like controversial.
Right.
Is he married? I mean, if he's coming, yeah.
He was engaged. Actually, no. I think he split from his fiance.
Oh, really?
That's just a personal choice.
Anyway.
But, sorry. I'm really happy to see Toby eating because I'm eating too. I haven't eaten dinner.
No, that's how I've been on some streams where I feel really self-conscious about it. I'm like, oh crap, I have like a whole meal I didn't get to eat before. I was either out or today I just wasn't able to eat earlier. So I was like, here we go. I feel bad though when it's like a really serious topic. Like there was a whole thing with Asian hate last year. Like not to make light of it, like when the spa shooting happened, it was like our stream was a little earlier. It was like 7 p.m. instead of 9. So I had like just come back from my office. I had just ordered like some pizza, and I was like trying to very discreetly eat this while we're talking very seriously about Asian hate and like shootings. So I was like, I don't want to sit here and just like be chowing down pizza while like doing this very serious topic. But now I'm just like, screw it. We're gonna talk about empowerment, tragedies, jokes, and I'm gonna be eating my food too. Sorry.
Yeah, it's like, you know,
Don't
everybody.
apologize. Never apologize. Who said apologize? No, never apologize. Sorry, Al. Someone told me that.
That's rule number 1, never apologize.
Yeah, I'm eating pizza.
Exactly.
Ron, you know the instance where we don't have to apologize.
I like that. I believe in that. I endorse that. 100%.
There's only one instance where you should. Other than that, no apologies. No. You say, I messed up. Okay, cool. Keep it going. Other than
and keep it moving.
One instance.
What's the one instance?
You got to look on Discord. It's in Discord. It's in Discord. You got to look it up in Discord. If y'all don't
Oh, man, you're trying to make me do homework now.
She got to do homework. Yes, she got to do homework. So if anybody wants to know my one rule as far as doing an apology, look it up in Discord.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you find it, you got to react to it.
You find it, you got to react.
That's how we do it. That's how we're doing it.
No, bro, I feel so weird calling you because I always just call you B. Julia. But here you are. Your
I know.
whole first name.
You got a professional turn of events. My phone is about to die. Sorry, I gotta charge it. Hopefully, it doesn't die.
I literally have had to like pause. Even my computer is okay, but this thing does not hold a charge very long. An hour, 13 minutes remaining. Oh yeah, we're gonna be here for an hour, 13 minutes later. We're gonna be here, so I'm gonna have to grab my. Oh, I see. I just thought you had to like pause it while.
Wow.
No.
I think she actually had to like literally drop off to. Okay, that's fine.
Oh, okay, because it was that one.
Yeah, I was thinking she just had to like mute it in like video. I was like, I've had to do that all the time when my computer's about to die. But I was about to. Well, I guess I'll wait because I was gonna go more into like how we met and everything and how like essentially not all of us met each other. I feel like only the two of us is going down. I think Yo Gotti's actually coming with some other artist to perform in Boston, and I was like, oh, that's gonna be lit. Probably kind of ratchet, but lit. And it's fine. Yes.
Yeah.
This is a perfect time to talk about how this stream is not. What's the word? Sponsored by Snapple. I don't have Hint water, so I can't talk about Hint. But I do get Snapples. I don't usually like to drink a lot of sugar stuff, but I've been getting a lot of these Snapple flavors. So this stream is not sponsored by Snapple, but here you are. Get my charger. It's going up on a Tuesday.
No, not on the Tuesday. It's going up in the Discord. Yes.
Girls in the stream, and they choosy. The chat, I mean, not the stream. The girls in the chat, and they choosy.
Oh my goodness.
Going up. I think my charger is here. Is this my work charger? I have too many. This is my work. So this is my work charger. It's plugged in. Of course, it's plugged in. It's plugged into the wall. I mean, don't mind me while I have technical. Let me go check it out.
Oh man!
Watermelon lemonade Snapple gets me.
I'm pretty sure that's a flavor that I could have gotten the other day, but I just picked these up for my job because I can get them for free, no flex. But I just be like, personally, I wouldn't want to because, like I said, I don't like to drink a lot of sugar. Very, very loosely related because we're talking about mental health and this is like physical health. I'll drink it anyway, but I'll like regret having this much sugar. Whatever, here it is.
Yeah. It happens. We're still young. We can have a Snapple like once a year.
Once a year. I'm still young, but you're like what, a whole senior out here? Is that what you're implying?
It is what I'm implying. I'm an old lady. I'm kidding.
Wow.
I'm still a youngin' to people older than me. Just dropped.
Strawberry. Oh my god.
Like the other day I realized I'm at that age where I look at things and I'm like, oh my goodness, I haven't eaten that in years. I was like, oh my goodness, I'm old, aren't I? Like I look at like a bag of Funyuns, like, oh my goodness, I haven't had Funyuns in years.
Snack foods. Julie had a really good point about the snacks and stuff. Like, I have not eaten stuff like that. Like, I used to eat like even granola bars, which aren't really unhealthy, like Nature Valley, but I used to eat those like religiously when I was younger. I would eat the Graham crackers, those nice blue boxes of Graham crackers and unsalted. I love unsalted saltines, like the unsalted ones. I could just eat a whole pack. Like, probably should not have been eating that much. And I was like, not, wasn't like I was sick or like, had any issues like that. I just downed them. Like, you usually have like four tall packs in a box. So I would eat, those are like healthier snacks, but like, you also had like Ritz crackers and like Cheetos, Cheez-Its. I'm just like, wow, I really don't be eating snacks. Like trail mix is maybe the most I'll do, and that's from like getting it on the airplane. Same thing with peanuts, but like, excuse me, I'm like, wow, I really haven't eaten a lot of these things in a long time. I haven't really drank a lot of stuff I used to drink in a long time. My God, Sunny D is back, jet setting. In fact, speaking of, you give me some. When the flight attendant comes by, I like to get, if you're on Delta especially, I like those cookies. I think it's like biscotti or something. So just drop it right here through the stream. Thank you.
Salty. Call them unsalted.
No, the salted ones are terrible. I do not like the salted saltines. Like, they taste way too salty. Like, I can only be so salty. Whether it's from my job, whether it's from school, whether it's from dealing with the internet, whether it's from just life. I can only deal with so much in real life salt. From y'all, me and y'all, mother effers, I can't be also eating this much salt, or else I'm gonna actually have hypertension and high cholesterol and all of the above.
I get that.
I'm salty enough already. You get me?
I'm salty enough already.
That's exactly what I'm going for. Pretzels are also a bit too salty a lot of the time. But
man. This stream is life.
Yeah.
This stream is life.
This stream is life.
But so Toby just told us what's wrong with him. I'm kidding. I get it. Like, I get like unsalted butter. Because I don't know, like when you're cooking or frying whatever with the butter, it's already gonna be like salty anyway. So you're gonna add salt to it. So I don't need their salt. I have my own salt. But real talk, Rocky, how I'm doing, just hanging in there. There's been another mass shooting and another one at an elementary school. And it's literally been fucking with my mental, real talk. Because I'm just like, oh, here we go. Nothing's going to happen. And it's like, I don't even know if I'm being pessimistic or if I'm just being realistic at this point. Like, it just seems like it's just going to be like the same cycle, the same pattern. And I've been thinking, and I wanted to like make this into like some kind of tweet. Like, a lot of people's trajectory in life changes when like a family member, a child, a brother, what have you, dies because of like gun violence. Like, when you think about it, a lot of mothers have become like got into politics or got into like gun violence, like anti-gun violence, like groups, because of like their son or like their husband, their brother, their sister was a victim of gun violence. And like it's just shitty because we're gonna see that again. And it's like, okay, you're fighting the greater, like you're fighting the good fight. It's just, this shouldn't be a fight that we as like humans should have. Like, I was just like picturing some of these like families, so like these mothers or fathers, like some of them probably have like, I don't know, like a bakery business, you know, just like something, and they're just like living their life, you know, like, oh, my kid is gonna, you know, take over the bakery business eventually. This is why I started this business, so they can have something after I pass. And now like their life just dramatically fucking changed. And now their trajectory in life, their plans, their everything just changed. And now they have to, I don't want to sound insensitive when I say this. Now they have to change because of this bullshit. They were sitting here, you know, living their lives, doing their thing. And now it's like, oh, my life has just changed for the absolute worst, the absolute ultimate nightmare that any parent could have, you know. And I feel like it just like, it's like twisting a finger in a wound where you just know nothing's going to happen, like nothing's going to change. And it just sickens me. Like, it absolutely sickens me, because it's just like, it's like, it almost feels, and this is going to sound grotesque, it almost feels like a natural disaster, like a hurricane or a tornado or an earthquake, because we say the same shit. Like when Hurricane Katrina hit, you know, like New Orleans, Louisiana, and parts of Mississippi, they were just saying like, you know, like, oh, here's a fund to support the families. Here, you know, like New Orleans strong, sort of thing. You gotta, you know, we gotta work together to solve this. We gotta stick together. And it's like, I understand a hurricane, because you can't control that. You know, like we're not out here just making the hurricanes. Like human beings are making hurricanes worse, you know, through climate change and global warming. Mm-hmm. But hurricanes have been happening since ever. Like, you know, like my mom is in her 60s and she was named after a hurricane. You know, like the hurricanes aren't like anything new. Not saying like my mom's super old, but like hurricanes aren't anything new. But like we can't really control, like we can prevent it. We can, you know, like put people to safety, you know, we can, you know, like we see it coming. These mass shootings, it's like, we know it's going to come. We don't know where. Some of us, like sometimes there's signs, and sometimes, you know, like law enforcement catches them before it happens, you know, like stuff like that. There was like, you just don't really hear about it unless like you're local. But like it does happen occasionally. And it's just like the times when law enforcement doesn't catch it, or, you know, like they didn't catch it in time or what have you, or, you know, just like the other like several variables that go into this. It's like when it happens, it's just like, it's just not like, it's just disgusting. Nothing's going to happen. Like nothing's going to change. Like something needs to change. And I am convinced that they know exactly what to do to change it. Just like how, like when COVID occurred, and then it's like, oh, here's some money in your account. Like, you know, like, it's like, oh, like they know how to change things. They know what to do. They know what needs to be done. It's just like, it's just utter bullshit as to why. Like, it's so, like, it's just so, like, I want to say minutia, if that's the correct term. It's so tiny. It's so minuscule. The reasons as to why it's not changing. Like this, like they should be working 24 hours nonstop at the Capitol to fix this. Mm-hmm. Like this, like prevent this from ever happening again. And then they just don't. And then they, you know, go on social media, they go towards their platform and say some bullshit. just whatever, like, eases their platform, like their people, their followers, like, I don't know, whatever quells them. It's like, oh, thoughts and prayers, like I have like the heaviest heart for the people in, I don't even know how to pronounce the Udelv. I couldn't, like, I can't remember I can't even pronounce the place in Texas. I feel shitty. I just remember it was like an interesting name. But it's like, oh, have the heaviest heart for that, the biggest thoughts and the biggest prayers, the deepest thoughts and the deepest prayers, and it's like that's not enough. And it's like, is anybody, like, I'm not trying to sound anti-religious when I say this. It's just like, is nobody praying for like to prevent this from happening? It's like no one has ever prayed that before. So if it's like, oh, either God's not listening, which is not true, or y'all work for the devil. It's like,
Ooh. Ooh.
it's like, I don't know who you're praying to, but it's not the right person. It's not the right deity. Clearly. You're not praying to the right thing.
Spicy.
Yeah, like, because it's like, it's literal evil. That's evil.
Yes.
That, and then like for it to constantly happen, it's like evil, and then to like force people to have children is evil. It's like, how are you gonna feel comfortable, like wanting children? And like, I don't know. Like I have several thoughts, and I just know I pray to the right God. I don't know what to tell you. I pray for this to just never, like, this shouldn't happen. Like, and it just continuously keeps happening, and it's just absolutely disgusting. And like Sandy Hook, I know like everyone and their grandmother has said this, and even though it's true, Sandy Hook should have been the last straw. Like they should have been working around the clock to come up with something, because I'm like, and then they didn't, and it's like, well, yeah, of course it's going to happen again. No shit. Like, either you do something, like, or it's just going to continue happening. Like, there's no in between. Like, what do they say? Like the definition of like idiocy, or of an idiot, or is to keep doing the same thing expecting a different result. So if you continuously do the same things and no one is really doing anything, then like we just voted in a fuck ton of idiots. So that's my thoughts, Rocky. That's how I'm feeling. I don't know. Good news. I finished my app design. I could talk about that later, but that's how I'm like. But other than that, I am just feeling negative, not mentally healthy. So.
Yeah.
Oh man, and I guess Toby, did you answer? Yeah.
Yeah, how are you all doing? So yeah, this is kind of like a nice, not necessarily like a recap, but just how are we in this current present moment? That's a hard one. It's easy to talk about what I'm doing or what I've done or what I will do, but how am I actually doing? Yeah, I remember seeing the news for that Uvalde, however you pronounce the name of the town, and I was like, that's crazy. There's so much happening that I couldn't even like fully focus on it, which is so sad too. It's just like, oh well, life continues, and so you kind of feel like this is really bad, but you know
And
that
there
things
was another mass shooting, the one in Buffalo, New York. That was just a couple of days ago.
Yes.
right. Oh yeah. I mean, that was very recent. So it's like, wow.
Yes.
Sorry, I shouldn't let that take away from how you're feeling.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just saying, like, in general, like, it's just, there's just so much going on. Like, I try to remember what other really big news happened besides the shooting recently. I mean, yeah, I guess there's like other things that were happening that weren't nearly as tragic. I mean, personally, just, I mean, this obviously is a big tragedy, but if we're just asking, like, how am I doing? It's like, kind of trying to, on one hand, excited about, it's summertime. It's not that I don't actually, summer is nice, but there's a lot that I don't like about summer. But I would say, like, net positive, summer's coming, it's the cool. But then also there's so much, and I feel like there's more things and obligations. I mean, you have holidays, of course, when you have to travel, but then you also have graduations, which I am planning on going to Syracuse, Cornell, but it's basically Syracuse area, upstate New York, to see my cousin graduate, and I only bought like half of my flight ticket, so that was like kind of overwhelming to figure out, and then needed to buy a new car, which I still haven't done, so that's been overwhelming because my car got totaled. It was like right the weekend after my birthday, which was like early March, so I still haven't bought a new car, and I've been renting, which is not cost effective, but here we are. So it's kind of just like all these kind of things have been converging. Some things I mean, I'm happy to obviously support my cousin with graduation, and like there's other things that I've done, but it also feels like, man, there's so much going on. And there's things that I need to do for myself, and I haven't had time or the focus and energy, admittedly, to get some of it done. So, it's just been kind of like, it's just been trying to, like, I don't know, like, find that kind of space where I can get things done for myself that I need to get done. And it's been very difficult. And there's so much I could talk about with like having ADHD as an adult, ADD as an adult, and trying to like just get things together. And then coming off of moving a very crazy hectic move for the past like a few weeks ago, and effectively not having a place to stay for like over like a week or so. It's been a lot. And so I'm kind of trying to like regroup mentally and get myself in a bit more stable place. Like physically, I'm here in this place, but in terms of just everything else, it's been very chaotic. And I've been making it, I've been making it through, kind of like surprisingly so. Still been here on the live stream. I've still, for the most part, been going to work. Besides when things were very chaotic with the moving process. And just other things. So I would say I can't complain too much, but there's just very real challenges. I mean, I'm grateful and thankful that I'm not dealing with quite a lot of things. And people who have like, entire children, and they're managing the pandemic with whether virtual school, virtual work, some combination of those. There's a lot that I didn't quite have to deal with the pandemic, and even now, but I still have valid, I guess, challenges and things to work through. So we move. That's one of the slogans now. We move regardless. XYZ bad thing happened, but we move. So yeah, Liz, it's definitely a lot. And especially recently, I don't like post as much on social media, and even when I do, I don't. Maybe my Snapchat is kind of more of like a little diary of like, here's all the stuff happening. But even now, I don't always use it like that. So I just kind of go through things. People might not know. People might know. I manage it somehow, and I just hope I can continue.
Right. I mean, I'm glad that you're able to, still make it on every week. But when do you think would be like when do you think you'll be getting a car?
Yeah, that one is who knows. I mean, based on the conversation I had too, because my parents, of course, when I was telling them of the situation, they're concerned just about, don't blow all the money on all your money on like a rental. So I could just not have a car, which would, save money. Except, obviously going to rideshare would cost a lot, but I could also cut back on how much I go out, whether it's to my office for work or social things. So it's kind of like a tricky question because I don't know. The market is horrible for buying a car. Even if like you're gonna shell out the money, you might not even find the car that you want because of lack of inventory. Also, like I've been trying to browse a bit online, and all these websites seem to be very defunct. Like the Toyota website or Honda's website, like they haven't been very accurate with some things, or they'll say like there's no inventory for anything after telling me that there should be inventory. I don't know. So it's kind of hard to gauge the timeline because there just seem to be like weird issues, and I haven't had time, nor do I want to go to a physical dealership because those places are not the best for like getting a great deal on anything. I bought my first car at the dealership and had to really get things reworked because the percentage of the interest they gave was high, like 6%, which I mean, for me with relatively good credit, I was like 6% seemed high. And then there's other issues. So like, I feel like I don't want to have to go through like a dealership again. That was 2019 when things were not like unreasonable. Now that things are unreasonable, I feel like they're gonna even be worse to like new customers because they can smell the desperation. Oh, you need a car. We're gonna mark it up $10,000 or $5,000, or maybe not that high, but I've seen like at least a few $1,000s above MSRP for car prices. So, if I could get one before like end of June, that would be amazing. Like even like in the next few weeks, that would be really, really great. But there's a lot of moving parts. You know, I might have to look at getting an auto loan so I don't have to go through the dealership like a Honda last time. Getting an auto loan from a bank or a credit union. There's like a lot of moving parts that I really don't want to. I have to. Well, I know I'm gonna have to deal with, but I just don't look forward to dealing with. But once I have that car, it's gonna be lit.
Yeah. Have you thought about? And I feel like in Massachusetts, it's probably gonna be like ridiculously expensive. But have you thought about buying a car off an auction?
Oh, no, I have not thought of. You know, actually, my parents bought a car off an auction. It was like a Toyota Camry, which is a good car.
Yeah.
It was 2007. The year they bought it was somewhere probably a little before 2012. Maybe 2011. So it was like a relatively newer car compared to the 2003 Camry we had. That car, whatever, had so many problems. Like I drove it and I thought it was a nicer car than the 2003 Camry, but like my parents always said how like it was giving them a lot of problems. They were having to like get it maintained all the time, and like the problems were worse than the older Camry. So I kind of feel like my impression of auctions aren't great just from that one experience. I don't know though, like maybe it depends on. I mean, that's a really solid car. Like back then, I didn't really know, but now especially, I know like Toyota Camry is like for a sedan is like one of the top cars you can probably get in terms of reliability, resale value too.
I just when Obama was going to say that he like that he rips people off Craigslist, and I was like, you know what, you're not living up to your namesake there, friend. But then he said he gets good deals. Sorry, I don't mean to. He's saying I'm buying off Craigslist. I try to buy from old people, disabled folks, veterans, and just run. But now he's saying it's a good deal. So sorry, Obama.
That's not a bad idea, though. I mean, I guess it's just like I don't know because I've never used Craigslist.
I'm back with the jokes.
That's a lie, actually. I
think I have a lot of fan mail. I'd like us to acknowledge this. Like, it's a good thing I have therapy. I don't feel ignored here. Otherwise, when I was stuck backstage, I was like, they don't want me on their show anymore. But I was like,
it's weird.
No,
I didn't see you.
We didn't see you in the backstage for a while until like.
Oh, I know. I think I put the wrong link.
You
can see me in the chat saying, "Where's the hot redhead?"
Yeah,
I miss her so much. Thank you guys. Also, I said at the top of the hour when no one is here, I'm very honored to be here. Thank you for inviting me on the broadcast. It's like, you guys are awesome.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for making the time out to do this. We really appreciate it.
And I'm here to represent the chat. I was just there. I know how it is. Blake, I appreciate you.
This is team chat.
I haven't seen B. Julia 33 and Brooke in the same place at the same time. I don't know about you all, but I've never seen them in the same place.
I know, it felt like an
you were
alternate.
gone, and then there was someone was in the chat. Now that you're back here, B. Julia in the chat is gone. I don't know what's going on.
I come with a fan club.
There you go.
I have my own alter ego.
Redheads always bring the heat.
We do. Hey, no stereotypes, but they're all true. What have you heard? It's true. Watch out. One of the people, exactly. I represent the people. And Chad, not you, but happily married and securely attached. Not so much, but double call. You know what? I feel for the chat. The one thing that I'm like, thank God I can talk to you guys finally, because I've been just dying and busting out to try finally talk to you in real time. I was like, we need Zoom, because the chat is frustrating for one thing only. I know I was so mysterious and quiet in the chat. Now I'm all talkative. All the mystery's gone. Is that if there's a delay? Like, I don't know how you guys are experiencing right now in the chat. I'm bringing them in, but it's frustrating because I'll say something and I'll respond in real time to a joke you're making, or I'll have a funny joke. That's my go-to. But then it won't come up on your guys' screen until like maybe 3 minutes later, and you guys are like, I don't know what she's talking about. We're talking about something entirely different by the time it comes up for your screen. I think, I don't know, or maybe I was delayed. I don't know.
No, it's true.
You guys experience that chat?
Delay. Like, there's even a delay when like the live chat tends to come on.
Yeah, like they're talking about
like our chat. So
I can see it. You're on your phone, and I have a laptop over here. So, and it's talking about, it's a different kind of.
Yeah, Twitch is the fastest though. Like, it's still not 1-to-1, but it's definitely faster. So,
Toby's mentally sounding boy.
Yeah, like I was trying to say something about mental, I was trying to say I'm mentally sound, and then something with a sounding board, and I couldn't really figure it all out. So I was just like, mental sounding board maybe.
Hopefully, maybe she didn't charge her phone enough, or maybe the connection. Okay, good.
Hold on. There she goes.
That's
Okay.
interesting.
How do I change my name? I want to change my name.
There's a little thing. Apparently I can edit your name. I didn't realize that with powers. I know you don't. But I didn't realize that we could edit each other's names. It's kind of weird.
It's a little bit intrusive. I'm gonna say right now. I feel.
We can.
But now I'm private messaging you that you should come up with a clever name for me, and I'll let people know if it's not clever that you came up with it.
There you go.
That's a lot of pressure.
Come on.
So bounce off that pressure, bringing Brooke. Pressures. How come B. Julie and Brooke are never in the same place? I know. Well, don't try to bust out my Superman methods, my friend. Oh, Peter Parker and Spider-Man. You went a different direction there, Obama. I went Superman. You went Spider-Man. But I'm all about. Is that DC? I'm about Marvel. I'm the Marvel.
Yeah, Marvel Spider-Man.
Oh well. I like X-Men.
There you go. There you go.
And mental health. May is Mental Health Month. Mental health awareness. So we need to destigmatize it. Get your asses in therapy. Pronto. I recommend it. I endorse it.
Yes, me too.
Boot camp style. Like, you better get yourself in therapy.
Give me 20. I've been known to, I call that move a lot. I'm always out in left field. No expectation of being interested. I hear you, Chad.
Sorry, check your updated name. That's the best I can come up with in like 10 seconds.
Good flow. I like it. I'm gonna give that a big thumbs up. I'm used to Zoom where I can do like little emojis. It's like pretty soon that'll be the newest invention. Is in real life you'll be able to walk around and have like a little projection over your shoulder that'll be an emoji, so you don't have to respond or laugh. You could just say LOL. Like when someone makes a joke, just have it in real life.
Right. Yeah.
Like a projection of an emoji because we're too lazy to actually do an expression on our face.
That would be cool. Yeah, because I think like in Zoom, like you can like you do like a clap, like it'll kind of like show up. Yeah.
Or just a thumbs up, right?
Yeah.
I guess Zoom does it too. Like, yeah, you can do different reactions.
And for someone who's dismissive, avoidant like me, who has a stone cold face, like resting bitch face, I've just always used my emojis because I can't express emotion.
Get yourself some
I get it.
Because of my childhood wounding. Speaking of mental health, childhood wounding in full effect. Does anybody here have a history of mental health? That's a good question. That's a positive question, by the way. Are we all mentally healthy at the moment? I have a history of depression. That's why I bring it up. So I'm trying to destigmatize it by owning it. Just saying. Not shame.
According to my therapist, like he says that I have like a high functioning depression, like dysthymia.
That's an oxymoron. That's a contradiction. Tell him he's fired. I don't like it. High functioning depression. Like, because that's what I had chronic low grade depression for many, many years. And that's just a bad introduction. That's a slippery slope, my friend, into what I had was a major severe depression at a point where I fell off the cliff. And that was very scary. You know what time it is? You heard me? Brock. Sorry. But I should let Barack say that, not me. But yeah, so it's not, I guess you could say it's high functioning if you want to be optimistic. I like the way David Letterman described it. He said he had chronic low-grade depression for many years, like all his life. He just was resigned to it. And when he got medication, he said it was like going from black and white to color, his life. And I was like, I thought that was a good description of like, he went from just being dull to everything being vibrant and being more alive. I was like, that's no way to live, like having anything, because you end up self-medicating. Anything you got to do to get away from depression, I endorse and I support. If it's medication, therapy, meditation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You got that ADHD and anxiety. That's your generation, Mish. I'm assuming you're like in your 20s or 30s because they're all about anxiety. I never had anxiety, thank goodness. But Elle, we were talking about you.
No, I'm trying to think if I've had like, I mean, of course, like I feel like everyone gets like anxious or like anxiety or like anxious thoughts. But it's never been to like the problem that, you know, like I can't leave the house, you know, like, you know. Like,
what about depression?
It's
I mean, you don't have to share.
Yeah, no, like I don't mind sharing. It's like, I guess, you know, like my therapist, you know, described it as high functioning because like, you know, I still went to work or I still did my job, you know, it's like I did just enough to kind of like, you know, function, you know, it's like.
Yeah, but it, like, well, what was Chad saying? I like where he says mental health, well, where'd it go? Mental health equals mental illness. I might have a persistent cough, but some of these MFers are walking around with gunshot wounds. Like, to me, it's like we should always be operating out of a health thing, but it's definitely a mood disorder. Like if you can feel sad, you can feel like really bummed out, but when you have a mood disorder, it just distorts everything. It's a filter through which your emotions and your thoughts are filtered. It's not of you, it's outside yourself, like cancer. It's definitely a chemical imbalance. It's definitely a physical, like mental illness. Like it's kind of destigmatized, but it's a mood disorder is how I describe it. Because it's disordered, like it's not in order. Everything's not in order. So it's definitely like a sickness. Like I say I have depression in remission because I'm 20 years depression free, but I mean, I'm always on guard. It could hit again any day. And it hits for no reason. That's how you know it's also weird. It's like if you go out and you just pick up a cold for no reason. Well, probably someone's contagious, but you know, like you don't need a trigger to get depressed. Like you think of death or something. Both my parents are dead. I didn't get depressed, thank God. But then when I did get depressed, it was like for no reason, except for that I had that disorder. As an Irish person, I'm born with it. It's in my genes. What else? Yeah.
Okay, so
I like that.
So like just like random things can trigger it, like.
Well, no, yeah, that's the thing is like, well, it does usually have some sort of a trigger, but it's definitely like not. It's not like you're just sad, but then you're really super duper sad because you feel like it. Like you know when you get your heart broken, it's kind of bittersweet, and it's that kind of like it feels good in a way. Like you listen to sad songs. But then when you have a mood disorder, it's like it spins out of control into shame. Anybody who's had depression knows it's just like, oh, it's the worst thing ever. It's beyond, it's bad. So, and the way to manage it, I guess, if you have high functioning, he said you have high functioning, maybe he's just trying to keep you on as a client. That's the thing about therapists is they have self-interest there, where if you get better, they're out of a job. It's kind of tricky.
Regardless, like I do love my therapist because, you know, it definitely helps me like kind of like see and view things like a little bit differently, and like rather than like how I was before.
Yeah,
because like, you know, like some of the like, you know, he'd be like, oh, you know, like definitely just try to like do this and this, and like it would like, you know, it'll help you, and I'm like, I feel like that's bullshit, and then I try it, and then it's like it definitely works. Like I know like some of the things it's like kind of obvious, you know, like working out. He was also saying, you know, like face-to-face interaction with friends and things like that. Like
bullshit. As an introvert, I object. I have no friends, and I represent that lifestyle. It's an alternative lifestyle that I don't want being judged for. I don't want to be judged for.
Okay, no, I feel you. Like it definitely like helps me. And like definitely like just going out and seeing like new things.
Yeah.
So like he definitely like helps me kind of like with that. Like I sort of see it like I have like a physical trainer,
Yeah, exactly.
I see my therapist as like my mental trainer too.
Barack is bragging in the chat how he always has people to talk to in his family. So I'm like, oh, some of us have nice, healthy families to talk to. Some of us do not go to our families because that's where the dysfunction started and the trauma happened. But, we need a therapist. So, yeah, no, that's right. Like you have like different people and professionals that you can rely on is a good thing.
Yeah, no, it's definitely helpful because like, like I come from like a big family, but it's like there's definitely been times when, of course, like I didn't feel comfortable like really talking to them about certain things, or like, I just I didn't want it to come back to like my mom or like what have you, and just like because like my mom was like a really big like stressor in my life, especially when she lived with me.
Well, if you just get married and get a good Jamaican man like she's recommended, you'd be happier. You wouldn't need a therapist. You'd be beyond high functioning, right? No.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Like that. Like that. I'll just solve all of my problems.
I don't know. I don't know why you stress yourself out without a man. That's your problem.
That's all I need.
And B. Julia in the chat. I just love her. She's great. She said CBT. I think she's right. I think she killed Gil. Oh, look at her. There she goes. CBT. Because that's where a therapist might have a different type of a modality to offer a different way of thinking about things. CBT is what's it stand for? Anybody know in the chat? Anybody familiar? It's cognitive behavioral therapy. So, and that was transformative for me, actually. It was powerful because I used to be led by my emotions as an intuitive, and I just thought they would come and go and they were in charge. And it's like, but then when I was taught that your thoughts are what lead to your emotions, lead to your actions and your ongoing mood, I was like, oh, wow, I can change my thoughts. And meditation taught me to observe my thoughts. I know, B. Julia is hilarious. I love her. But like just managing your thoughts, observing your thoughts, even observing your feelings and not over-identifying with them is so empowering. Like that was like a game changer, a huge game changer.
True. Like you're not your thoughts.
Yeah, and your stories that you tell yourself. Like when I was stuck backstage and nobody was letting me on stage, I was like, my story in my head is like they rejected me. I'm too white. I'm don't get fit in with them. They don't really want me there. They were just being polite. They're like, she talks a lot.
No.
You should have kept her in the chat.
We really just didn't see you.
So all my low self-esteem kicks in, but then I was able to see it as a story. So I was like, no, Elle loves me. I know she does. But I'm able to observe and just be rational and question my story if it's true and stuff. So
right, that's good. I was actually just talking to my therapist about that today about like, I guess like, yeah, exactly, like grounding yourself and like seeing what is true,
Right.
It's like, like what was true. There was a link and I gave it to like both your Discord and your Twitter because I was like, I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. What was true about this? I know it was just a disconnect on the technology. I fully expected there to be technological difficulties. So,
right.
Like,
yeah.
Prepared.
I expected that too.
So it's no problem. Thank you, Chad, for pointing out the obvious. It's just a quarter non-melanated. I'm about with Irish. I'm so white. I'm see-through. Thank you. I'm a ghost. Blake has a good point. A very specific type of mental health crisis is that many states have psychotic breaks, and treatment of it apparently is mass shootings, according to the psychotic. But that's what worries me as well. We need to treat our mental health seriously because that's what. Don't get me started. I get very political. I don't want to talk about religion or politics because I'll go crazy. Get all fired up.
This channel literally started from politics. So I mean, like. We always circle back to it somehow.
My feminist side comes out, my progressive.
Trust me, that's no problem. I mean, we all, have had our different like perspectives, but like we literally have Ella here who has no problem at all speaking her mind about anything, no matter how passionate. So you are absolutely not out of. I would say I was like. we have some. And same thing with Erica when she would be over here speaking, and she would like apologize for being too passionate. I'm like, no, what are you talking about? You're like lighting up the street.
Hey, I never apologize. I don't apologize, and I'm not apologizing now. I don't think there's any reason why Elle wouldn't be more outspoken. It's because we're female. Toby.
I'm using empirical data. I'm not theorizing. I'm saying empirically, this is what's happened. But we love
Go
it.
on.
Oh, thanks, Toby.
Yes, of course.
Thank you, Toby.
Yeah.
Okay, so feminist rant begun. Let's go. Elle? No.
Feminist rant.
Actually, yeah, we could go on about that because that's funny because I've always felt like I was an anti-feminist because I'm not anti-male, and the common understanding of feminist is very negative, so I don't associate with that. I've always been like, I love men. I'm down with men. I love men. But then I had to confront my internalized misogyny at some point too. It got pretty deep. Because I didn't have a lot of girlfriends, so it's like I tended to err to the side of the culture, which tends to be misogynistic. Not the men, but the culture, and not the culture, American culture, not the culture. But it's like you tend to value men and male traits and leadership, and then women are like too talkative and too emotional. And I bought into it for a long time, so I had to stop and be like, no, women have special value that isn't recognized, but it's there and it's real.
Absolutely. No, like I wholeheartedly
And it's
agree
different.
with
And I love that it's complementary and different, and it doesn't have to be women trying to be men in the workplace. We should just pay women to be wives and house and moms. Like that's the most valuable job in the world, is to raise children and human beings. We should be compensated appropriately. Thank you. Hello, because we have a capitalist society, so we can get rid of that. We need to pay women for the equally valuable labor they give, because that's what I think it goes hand in hand. Egg, chicken. I don't know. We degrade women's value, and we don't pay them and stuff like that. So, us, see. Right. I'm a woman. Us.
No, absolutely. It's it's just the stigma of like our culture, of our society, where, like if somebody has like a quote unquote like girly trait, it's looked at as
it's less valuable.
Yeah. It's like no, that's not true at all. It's like, okay, like so what if the husband is the one who cooks when he gets home from work?
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with cooking. Like nothing is like inherently more valuable. I mean, it's good if you can invent cars and internet. I love men. Like I love that they're smart and stuff and strong. But like, because the funny thing is like I'm an athlete and stuff, so I have like masculine traits. So I'm like, hey, I get a boost because what I am is valued. But then I was like, that's where I realized being an ally is so important too. We need male allies as women who come along beside us and like lift us up too. Because I was like, I went back to the other side. I said, I'm a woman. Bring my feminine energy and because women have special, frankly, we give birth to human beings. It's kind of amazing. I don't know, man. Last time a man did that was like never. So, it's kind of cool. Like we got special talents and skills and abilities. We're kind of sexy. Yeah. I mean, the two don't necessarily go together right away, mind when you're thinking of like childbirth, but put that out of your mind. Go back to the beginning 9 months before. We're pretty sexy.
Quite literally, which is,
I know that's how it happened. I know, Toby. Yeah. So, are you our allies? Are you with us or against us, boys, guys? Cooking is a life skill, right? Right. Yeah. I mean, and at some point, I'm almost like I don't want them to learn how to cook and iron their own clothes because then they won't need me at all. Because I want to be like a sugar baby or something. It's like I'm so brainwashed by the American culture.
The thing is, like, not everyone.
Right, you're married, Ron. Sorry.
I remember, like, I read on Reddit, like, somebody said, like, certain things are looked as like a woman's like thing unless you get paid for it. Like, chefs are usually like seen as like men, like like.
Well, you have doctors and nurses, bosses and secretaries, teachers and professors, chefs and cooks, waitresses.
Like if you're in the house, like making candles, it's like, oh, a woman is doing that, blah, 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 but it's like, it's like a hobby, but if like someone's selling it, it's like, oh,
you're a craftsman.
You need a man like to like barter and all. It's like, no, you don't. Like,
yeah. You have actors and actresses.
You want a high value man?
Don't go there. I'm not going down the red pill path. Stop with the value stuff. Everyone's equally valuable.
Well, someone just tagged me into the chat.
Why, as a high value man, are you identifying yourself right now?
No, I'm identifying myself as a coach.
Really?
No. Oh, really? As a high value man? So you're a level above the high value men. You're teaching others how to be like you.
Basically, at least that's what it was appointed to me at this point. I don't know.
Excuse me?
This has been appointed to me.
My God. I didn't ask for this responsibility.
I didn't ask for this, but here we are.
No man is selling candles, Chad says. Chad, you're fired.
No one is selling candles stereotypically.
That's
People
true,
sell
actually.
candles when they want to. If they make good candles and they sell candles, like no one, no matter.
Yeah, like candles are literally sold in the store, and I can guarantee you there are men making those in a factory somewhere. Or maybe actually the robots will make them one day, and that's what we should be doing. Don't get me started.
Mm-hmm. But I'm sure
They
like,
predicted in the 1920s we'd be living in an age of leisure at this point, because they predicted, because of the not the cultural revolution, that would be China, the industrial revolution, that we would have robots by now, and that they would be doing all this shitty manual labor that we are doing that we shouldn't have to do. So, Mish, I'm just gonna ignore you said that. The love doctor. You guys are throwing me off. I'm gonna shut up. But we should be only working 20 hours a week. And nowadays we have a stigma against laziness or whatever, but we're just being exploited, and we bought into brainwashing that lets us exploit ourselves. Productivity and hustle culture is bullshit.
Yeah,
Right.
We should tax the robots, let the robots do the work.
Yeah, I think I just
They're doing it anyway.
Sure.
Sorry.
Something about crazy housing prices and other stuff. I'll probably just post a screenshot that I took of this Instagram comment, because someone was like, basically was saying like, they don't care about us. Like make more money is the solution to basically the housing crisis, because they don't care about it. No one cares about us. No one's coming to save you. And one person was like, okay, I get hustle culture is a thing and I'm with it, but like I think we should be able to like identify systemic problems and structural problems so that way we can prevent this from happening again. And the person was like, I don't disagree, but I can only control things that I can control. So I guess
we're trying to have an adult conversation. Stop pointing, Ron. Toby Panty Dropper Steely Girl is not his real name, and we're having an adult conversation about housing. Sorry, Toby. I apologize.
We can have that's actually a pretty adult conversation.
That's rather adult. That's rather
but that conversation had its place.
Toby, so how old are you, by the way, Mr. High Value Coach?
How do you think? Well, I'll just say
24?
that. Oh,
you're young enough to be my son, at least.
Yikes. I've been always telling Elle how like I mentioned on the stream, and Elle sort of was the person that I felt like I had to direct it to about how women who are older than me, not even that much older, they could be 5 years older, and when I tell them my age, they'd be like, "Oh, you're a baby. You're such a baby. Oh,
yeah, you look like a baby."
They didn't think I was a baby at first, and then now all of a sudden, I'm a baby. I mean, hey, I could be your baby, but apparently they're not ready for that energy.
I don't think I can afford you.
I meant generically. I didn't come out here to what's the word? To go smack, as we say in the DMV, or just to go smack as the one that you were spitting game. I'm going smack at her. Sounds very violent, but it just means that you're trying to like.
I'm going to refer you to the chat.
No, I'm 27. I just turned 27 2 months ago. Oh, almost 3 months ago.
Happy birthday. Hey, yo.
And it's still, hey, yo. Like, oh, that's what I should be like. Oh, you're a baby. Oh, I could be. Yes. I can't believe I didn't even think about that on the spot. I wasn't.
And yet you're already a coach of high value men. She's so high value.
See, that's
what makes a high value man?
I just be coming up with things I don't even mean to. So I just was like, I accidentally blundered my way into the coach role because I realized I was doing it on accident. So here we are.
Well, what are you going to do when you're that good? You just step into the mantle, like you step up to the plate, right?
It's hard, but yeah.
Home run.
I take on this burden because others. So
thank you. Thank you for your service.
Thank you. You're welcome.
He said you're welcome. Not on behalf of myself, on behalf of all the men who are going to bless me, I'm sure. Not yes, all of them, just one, hopefully. Exactly. Elle, back me up. Shut me down.
Multiple too. Listen, my teachings are not limited by the what do you call it? The social construct of monogamy. Please.
Well, I was gonna say that's where the robots are going. I think that's the first thing the robots will do. It's like the internet, sex robots on the job.
Most likely. Like after work, robots will go right into sex.
And that's why the future is female, God willing. Raised by the streets. Elle.
That's hilarious.
Mish was talking about the shitty jobs done by robots, because I was saying we're exploited and we do the shitty jobs. Because we shouldn't. Anyway, don't get me political. Toby's kryptonite is lightning. So explain that, Chad. Benz, Mr. Benz. Is
Lighting.
light.
Lighting.
Oh, lighting. Oh,
Actually,
I know, because
the
you
lighting's
really are
a little
hitting on
bit
yourself
better.
with that lighting right away.
I was
But
like, I
I'm
mean,
like-
I feel like that's everyone's kryptonite. It's lightning. I don't think anyone's like, oh, I'm strong against lightning. Like, no.
Yes, my type is strong against lightning. Actually, I thought something was very politically
Rock
incorrect,
type.
but
I know, so I'm thinking all kinds of jokes right now. I can't say.
dark types, or I don't know if dark types are good against lightning, but
I
apparently
think it's
not.
rock or like ground. Ground is good against strong against lightning.
Before we descend into blatant
sorry,
colorism, I just
have
want to
make
say,
a
darker
black skin joke in terms of
nothing. Darker the Toby, the sweeter the power, or something. The sweeter the juice. Stronger the juice. Whoa, that sounds bad.
There you go.
Anyway.
There you go. There you go.
Wait, what? I just missed it.
Here we go.
Maybe sound better. Be Julie, clean this up for me.
No. Leave it. We're having an adult conversation, remember?
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm here for all the streams in the stream.
I knew I would
within
make
a
this more
stream.
complicated.
We're
than it had to be.
crossing the streams.
Streamception.
Streamception.
Stream.
Crossing the stream. But
That would actually be a really good parody for Inception, because stream rhymes with dream. It's like, oh, a dream within a dream, a stream within a stream.
There you go.
Oh, Megan.
actually, that's what we should do. We should have Mish on next week, because next week is the last week of the month. And I mean, we can have everyone on, honestly. We have like room for 10 people. So next week is the last day of the month. And then Mish can stream while on the stream. Mish, by the way, take notes because this is happening. Mish will stream Donkey Kong Country 2 or whatever he wants while on stream.
Who's bringing liquor?
And
Mish.
so we're gonna have that. I don't know, Ron, if you
And
want
Toby will be live coaching all our alpha males. Wait.
Yeah, I was like live
Sorry.
coach on Red. I'm not gonna call it Red Pill. I want it to be more benevolent than that.
Black pill? What is it?
Ron,
What's the opposite
Black
of
Pill is
black
actually,
Oh,
Black Pill is
man.
like oh, you've lost all hope. Apparently, when you're Black Pill, you've kind of just like lost all hope. And you realize it's like
That's
very nihilistic. It's only racist if you are. No, that's just a joke I'm making. Someone's like, that's awkward. It's like, it's only awkward if you are.
I know. I try to keep it awkward. I keep it awkward. Sorry.
I plugged in the computer, but apparently the thing's not plugged into the wall, which that doesn't help. So it looks like my weakness is lightning as well as light in, because I can't get anything to flow on the stream.
Oh,
Okay, there we go. Now my computer's plugged in. Wow.
A benevolent
Hold
ruler.
on, real quick. Yo.
It's so
can you
hot today.
recommend that?
Al,
Yeah.
are you back in the I didn't hear what you said.
Oh no, like Chad said about the benevolent root, because like Toby used the word benevolent, and Toby's bringing up old language, like benevolent ruler. Like, oh,
So he's a dictator?
I guess so. I wouldn't be surprised.
No,
if
I'm
Toby-
I'm a very nice tater. Actually, I'll think.
Nice tater? He's a nice tater?
Nice tater. I'm a very
opposite of a dictator.
Chat, go.
Actually,
I'm not touching it. I'm not touching it.
but I'm not an authoritarian. But
10 years.
I'm a still get. You can still meet. Actually, no, that's just too much. I'm not an authoritarian, but you can still meet my dictator. But I don't think that really works. Maybe it works for people under the rule of dictatorships. I don't know.
Under the iron fist. Chat, go.
Before I get canceled, I get our whole stream taken off YouTube.
That's a goal.
Nice tater.
That's goals right there.
Black pills can't be saved. Don't say.
Jermaine Cole.
Yeah, just show us government.
Here. This is vodka, by the way.
Oh, I haven't really drank in a while like that. Like I used to have like my wines and stuff, but like I mean I drink. Don't get me wrong.
Since last week? You drink
Sunday.
every week on the stream. What are you trying to say?
Me? I didn't.
Yeah, don't you? That's what we like.
I haven't drank on stream since like.
Go get some liquor right now. Do you have any in the fridge? Bring some wine.
I just have tea.
You're very entertaining.
Some mint tea to calm my system down, and then I have.
What are you, 82? Mint tea?
Yeah, mint. What are you talking
Toby.
about? Mint?
I love mint tea.
What? Mint's not my favorite tea. I prefer like anything with ginger and lemon. Oh, just kidding. That's chamomile, honey, and vanilla.
I'm sorry.
Which might be my dating preferences, but it is what it is. Not really. I love all colors of the rainbow.
Tea is very healthy. Actually, I like that. Tea's good for you.
Al's a drinking brewing. Yeah. Al's got something to brewing.
Yeah, something brewing.
Liquor is interesting, but tea is healthy.
Yes.
I don't drink. No, that's not vodka. I'm not drinking.
I'm actually going to be bottling my beer this weekend.
Oh, like homemade stuff? Is that,
Yeah.
what do they call that? Yeah.
Home brewing?
Yeah, like brewing. Isn't there a word for it when they make their own type of lager, or I don't know what they call it? There's a word for a special beer. They have a lot of that in San Francisco. These yuppies, I don't know. Or whatever they are, tech bros. They like to make their own beer. Very middle class. Very middle class of you to do that. Homeowner. I try not to discriminate. I'll try not to hold that against the
homeowner.
the bougie hobby.
It's giving middle class homeowner vibes.
Hey, I'm actually representing the streets, but I endorse your hobbies.
Wait, you said you're endorsing. Sorry, you said you're representing the what? The streets?
I'm from Richmond, but that's okay. Richmond, California, not Virginia.
Okay.
It's like Oakland.
That makes more sense. I was like, you're down the street from, not really down the street, but like you have been within 3 hours of where I grew up in Maryland. But no.
Oh, okay. Maryland seems nice. Are you guys familiar with California? It doesn't
I was just
I have no street cred with you guys. I feel like a loser. I'm like, never mind.
Street cred. Why do you have to imply that we got street cred? What are you trying to say?
I'm saying I have it. I didn't say you have it. I said you're middle class.
That's crazy. She like.
I'm not gonna. I won't hold it against you or be biased. I love rich people. I hold it against healthy people for being mentally healthy. I just think that dysfunctional people are interesting or more interesting. As a single childless woman in her 40s, this is how I justify my life. I'm like, yeah, I might have a mood disorder, but I'm so interesting. I'm so funny. It makes me so like have so much character. Huh?
I said you're so quirky.
Exactly. I've seen so much. I've overcome so many things. It makes me a better person.
My Kool-Aid goes down smooth. Wait.
Wait.
You didn't see that comment?
So, because of the whole freaking
The cult leader.
Yeah, you know, I didn't know until literally like a year ago. Sometime last year is when I actually realized the term "drinking the Kool-Aid" had to do with the Jonestown incident. I had no idea. Even Jonestown, I learned like not that long ago. I probably like learned what the Jonestown incident was like 2019 or 2020, like 2018 at the latest. But like I looked it up and I was like, why didn't I learn about this in school? But it's hard. They don't have enough time to teach that at the end of the year. Otherwise, you just have to like Wikipedia, which is how I came across it. Wikipedia.
I know. I was literally reading about Jonestown yesterday or the day before. I went in, I heard audio of right before the suicide. Like they had audio tapes from the FBI. It's so funny you bring that up. And it's true. Like I remember in high school in history class, I was like, they didn't talk about Vietnam. They didn't talk about anything that was like they barely got to the civil rights movement and they cut it off. It's like history's over. The school year's over. I was like, where's the recent history? They don't go into it. I think it's too complicated.
I guess they keep pushing it up. Like, not to
you
like,
fancy, huh?
age you, but you said you're in your 40s, so I'm trying to think of like where history would have been at that point versus.
You know what, Toby? I'm gonna shut you down right there because I don't like where you're going with this. You said you're in your 40s. I want to think about how our history was when you were. Chat. Go.
When I was, because I remember like we did talk about Vietnam in my
Well, you probably went to a better school than I did too.
That's fair. That's fair. California is like interesting because it's like there's a lot of money in the state, but like very big disparities. I feel like with depending on where you went to school. Maryland, like it has its disparities, but like overall has one of the best public. I mean, Massachusetts is pretty hard to break down, but Maryland has good public education. Like at one point,
when I was in junior high school, my school district went bankrupt. Literally, like they cut all the art classes, all the language, all the music, practically everything. We had to bring our own paper from home and stuff. It was really bad. And that's when my identity set in. We're poor. But we're tough. So
he's still rapping. Oh yeah, man. His bars go down real smooth and like.
Oh yeah, I know. I looked him up and it was like Jim Jones is also like a rapper.
Yeah, he'd be spitting.
But our history teachers lied to us, by the way. Gulf War or Iraq War, they're not going to talk about that, Blake. It's a little too complicated. They're
I
a little too
didn't really know what
conservative.
the Gulf War was. Like, the Iraq War was like very, very recent, and everyone obviously.
We still don't know why we did it.
Gulf War, I really didn't know what that was until I was definitely like maybe in college. Even then, I didn't really learn like everything that happened. I just know that it was something that HW did, and it was widely seen as like necessary or a success. Unlike
it's called follow the money. Every time you see stuff that's sus as hell, it's follow the money, and you're gonna find your answer. That's what I learned in sociology. The veil was lifted. Ding 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 ding.
Ding. Now your phone's going off.
Okay, if you get phone calls during the live stream, you have to answer on the live stream.
Yeah, that's not
Toby,
it.
I assume that's one of your many clients.
Do you know what time it is when we stream? Well, there's only one reason why I'm getting calls that late, and I'm not answering.
Did you just ask me, do I know what time it is? Is he trying to talk smack? Chat? Go.
Remember, like,
I know it's late.
Lives like on the West Coast.
I live on the West Coast. Also on the best coast.
Oh,
right at 510.
Questionable, but
you can start it, but I'll finish it.
That you are living on the West Coast, and yes, it is a lot. Okay, that's fine. I'm just saying, if I get a call at like 10, 11 p.m., I don't want to answer that on stream because
that's definitely a booty call, right?
That's definitely a booty call. So
then we're gonna insist that you answer it, and we'll be like Ellen and like feeding stuff in your ear, like what you should say. Call is a mess for the most part. I'm saying.
Oh God.
Or if he's trying to duck out. If you get a text, read it aloud for the class, please. It's a high value mail.
Like, I didn't have a cell phone until like halfway through high school, and then I never used it. So it's not like that concept, like, oh yeah, text, read it to the class. Now is much more prevalent because they actually let you use phones in schools a lot. Crazy, because before you weren't allowed to have your phone at all, and like if you had it, you had to have it off. So it was like very strict. Now, like when I go back to visit my high school, it says like, oh yeah, you can only have one earbud in your ear. I'm like, what? You can have one earbud?
What?
What a restriction! You
no.
Like, excuse me, what? You can?
I thought they took their phones when they walked in. I thought that was a good policy. They just take all their phones and put it in a box, and then you don't have your phone at school. Period.
Oh,
I need that in my life. I need someone to take away my phone for 6 hours a day.
Standardized tests because, like, if your phone goes off, apparently that then validates the whole test. I got so scared one time because I always turned my phone off because I'm like, I didn't really feel like putting my phone in the box and having to fish it out later. I would just turn my phone off. One time I turned my phone off, but I guess it turned itself back on. So like it went off. And then like a teacher started walking towards my direction. I was like, oh my God, I'm going to invalidate the test. And then like, oh my God, like I was freaking out. And I was like my face got so hot. She walked past me. And then I was like, okay, she didn't hear that. And then I quickly go into my pocket, and it's an old phone. So I like take the back off and take the battery out, which is what I've had to do before during tests when my phone would go off. Because it's like, I have my phone down.
Representing why he's a high value male coach right now. He's so cute. You're such a nerd. It's so funny. That's cute. You're like, oh my God, I'm gonna fail a test. It's so cute.
No. It's like a standardized test with the entire like class, the entire like not just the class, but like the entire like graduating class. For us was like almost 400 people in different rooms, but like I was not going to be the one to like make the entire that was especially as an introvert, like I'm not gonna oh my God, I would have died. So thankfully, that's like cringe to remember now because I actually could have like invalidated everyone's test. Thankfully, I didn't. God bless. But
God bless. Thank God.
And to booty call, yes.
Yeah.
To be or not to booty.
Thank you, Toby. That's beautiful. I'm gonna write that down.
Thank you.
That's Shakespeare, modern Shakespeare.
I need like I had a journal somewhere.
Is it where you're writing down your own thoughts and you're like, this is legendary. This is gold. I need to publish this, right? That's what I do.
Basically for like TikToks and what do you call them? Skits, and anything I want to create. I've been writing them down, but I haven't really written them down since like early 2021, which is very tragic because there's so many good thoughts that I think of and I don't save them, and then boom, they're gone. So step one, write down your thoughts and write down your thoughts. Write down all thoughts.
I'll write down your thoughts. You dictate. All right. I'll transcribe. And, he's like, so many great thoughts. If they're too much, too many. Let me help you.
It's like a heavy thought of thoughts. Yeah, I mean, I'm not thought shaming because listen, what am I?
Thought shaming? Are we talking about THOT?
Yeah, there was a lot of double entendres going on there. Sorry if you weren't catching it.
I just love to represent how virtue signal my knowledge.
Yo, that's wild.
Tuesday's calling. Oh, Brock speaks like one who knows. He speaks the language. What's happening over there, Brock?
Tuesdays.
Who in the chat's married? I'm telling you what. There's some insecure males in our chat.
There's a cat.
I'm impressed by them. Chad, don't encourage him.
Spouse across. We have one spouse in different continents. Apparently, that's a thing too. Like people be out.
Is that called hoes in every area code?
Oh, snap!
Yeah, I guess that's something.
That's the thing.
This is my version of virtue signaling. Or that's not the right use of that term.
Oh man, hilarious.
I don't know what Chad meant here. I like it.
I'm thinking this might have been. I don't remember if it was when I was mentioning because I was like step one, and I forgot what I said, but I was like step one, something. Like
You should have written it down.
Yeah, no.
Maybe I made a face. I don't know.
I think. Well, I think
making Elle laugh is my life.
This is good for mental health, by the way. So that's
like.
That's the connection to this.
Yes.
Like, are you translating the chat? Everyone knows what dead means, right? I'm dead. I'm dead.
Yeah, dead.
I died.
You said, what are we wearing? I mean, I have my Toby costume somewhere. I haven't really unpacked it, but
what are we wearing?
It needs to be unpacked mentally and physically, but Toby costume is one of them.
If I'm not on camera, I'm not wearing any pants. That's for sure. Because that's the best part of Zoom. Hello. Are people wearing pants? I'm not wearing pants. People in the chat, I know you're all naked because you don't have to.
Chat's all naked.
None of y'all brush your teeth.
That's crazy. You know what? That gives me more confidence, or maybe more strength.
Not wearing pants.
Like because it's like imagine the audience like wearing.
Yeah, that's what
and I'm like I've never imagined the chat not wearing pants, and now I'm not sure I want to.
I know. I wish you hadn't. I kind of wish
that picture didn't get into my head, but it's okay.
I think your Chad looks like a Ken doll. The disapproval as he chimes in with a banana. God, Chad, I was just saying you're innocent and sweet and wholesome like a Mattel doll, but I take it back.
Mattel?
Wait, so do you all actually see that? Because I definitely do not see that.
The sexless Ken doll.
I'm done.
Bananas.
This thing freaking died on me.
Elle looks disapproving. I'm sad.
And from his profile picture, Chad's a good-looking guy.
I haven't seen his profile picture. I'm half blind though.
Oh,
I picture him being white. He's white, right? He's green C on my screen.
Hold on 1 second. My
Chad.
thing died. I didn't think it was going to die that quickly.
Don't die. Flowing through the stream. That makes me sound like I'm on my period. God, somebody rename me. Although I like it.
Now, see, I didn't think about that. Yikes. See, I guess that's what you need a woman's perspective. Because I was flowing through the stream. We're all good. Meanwhile, women ever are cringing at this name, and I'm like,
No, well, vibing through the streams. That is what. Yeah, you guys know that song. Are you too young?
I might be too young. I'm not even too young.
Yeah.
I'm a babbling brook.
I'm just.
I can be vibing. Make it sexy, whatever it is. Oh, I'll be the hot redhead. Yeah, I'm the babbling brook for sure. I mean, for sure. I gotta shut up.
As long as you don't pull a tube in.
A tube? What? You know. What did you do, Toby?
What happened?
Rocky?
As long as you don't pull a tube in.
I'm just gonna call you Obama. Sorry, that's too long of a name with too many hyphens. You're Obama to me. Oh, that's okay.
I don't know, so I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, tube in. It's a politician or someone who, or maybe someone like a YouTuber, someone who decided that they were gonna like not wear pants and they accidentally panned down. They may have accidentally. That reminds me of a funny video where a guy like got off the Zoom and he thought he like cut his mic or camera and he did it, and then he was about to like pull out lotion and start doing nasty.
Isn't it always that way?
People kept like saying to him like, "Hey, your camera, like, yo, your camera's on." Obviously, it had to be a skit because it doesn't make sense that he somehow didn't leave the Zoom or the Teams, and then he like also turned down the volume on his computer and he couldn't see his anyway. But it was still funny because people were like, "Yo."
I don't know if that was like I saw
like that
video,
Zoom
I don't
meeting
know
was
if it
such a
real.
turn on. I immediately wanted to jack off after a work meeting.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. I was like, what? I looked
Wait,
like he
but
was
you said that you saw that
totally
video.
zoned out
That's
of
my
a
go-to. I'm like, as soon as this thing's over, I'm like, damn, it's Itachi time. I don't know. What the hell? This is about to get real interesting. I'm like, is this over?
Yeah, that's the most interesting work.
Oh, I'm sorry.
All of the reactions are so different too. Some of them were like horrified. Some of them were like entertained. One person like ran and literally like left.
They ran. I would run. But no, the funny one was the guy with the kid.
Like, oh, no, please, I don't want to see. But
Yeah, I would just jump off the meeting because it's like,
Yeah, I would
oh,
leave.
well, we can't focus. Bye. Because like I don't even.
We can't. We're clearly not focused on the goals. Let's go. I'm out.
Right, yeah.
Someone's distracted in here. I don't know who, but I gotta go.
Circle.
I like the guy with the kid when the kid ran in and the mom came sliding in after the kid, like, get out of here. That was the best, like the virginal. Oh, and the lawyer who turned into a cat who's like, I'm not a cat. It was so dead serious. That was the best. You guys remember that one?
There's quite a lot of things that happened during quarantine. A lot of like Zoom, like whether it's like pranks,
like bloopers.
Yeah, there's bloopers. And then that,
pictures.
who was that one actor who's married to Emily Blunt? He had the best live show. Who's the actor? He's like such a feel good. He's from The Office.
John Krasinski.
Yes. When he did his show, did you guys see that? When he was like, he was such a feel good show. He just did his like live from home, and like he just did like all this feel good stuff.
Yeah, it was just like good news, and I guess he's
The good news. I was like, we need that in real life. We need a real news station like that. I think they offered him something, but he just ended it.
There was like Upworthy, I think was one like YouTube, like Facebook page. Was it called Upworthy? Or there was like all these pages that would try to like give positive and good news.
Yeah, I love the People Are Awesome on. I think that's on Facebook too. People Are Awesome. It's like doing awesome tricks and stuff. And it's like, yeah, people really are awesome. Do they serve the patient or do they serve just like, oh, someone got serious. DJ.
TJ Elf. It just depends on like the person, you know, like when it comes to like literally everything, you know, like it really just depends on like the health professional. You know, like there are like physical health professionals that don't serve, you know, the community or like the people themselves, and you know they're just like, you know, trying to line their own pockets. That's a, you know, it's a real thing.
Follow the money. Don't get me started. But put people before profits. That's what I believe. It's not right. It's not left. It's forward, people. I'm just going to quote Yang randomly. Just that's the way forward. Put people before profits. It's people-centered capitalism. So that's where you go. Gal Gadot is hot.
Singing magic.
And don't be waiting on her. Does she not sing? I don't know what he's talking about. Imagine. Oh, I remember that. Yeah. That was bad. That was awkward.
Yeah.
I like awkward. Don't get me started. I will start a round of singing. Everyone together now, karaoke. All of us, 4 people, chat.
Well, we were supposed to have karaoke at some point, but that's for the music. The month that we do music.
I'm about that.
Karaoke.
I already started. What's your go-to song, Elle? Come on.
My go-to song is I'll Make a Man Out of You from Mulan. That's my go-to karaoke song.
I like classic man at one point, but not really.
Yeah, Disney songs are good go-tos. Disney has like good sing-along factor going. The Little Mermaid. I don't know if that's before your guys' time.
I didn't watch a lot of the original Disney stuff until later in high school. Randomly, that's what when I saw Tarzan. Because I saw the Tarzan show a lot when I was younger. Randomly, like random clips. But I never watched Tarzan the movie until I was like a senior or junior in high school. Really random. Same thing with Beauty and the Beast. I'd seen that like Beauty and the Beast organ special randomly, but that's apparently not the real thing. The real thing is with Gaston or whatever. And I was like, what the heck? Why have I never seen this? So I saw Beauty and the Beast for the first time like a senior again in high school, or possibly a college like a student coming back home.
Also, Disney is evil. Don't forget it.
Disney's evil in current day.
They're pretty much a sellout thing.
It's funny because Disney was kind of seen as a corporate like evil overlord, like they're buying everything, they're doing all this, they're not treating people well. But now they've become like somehow the ones that are like woke.
That means they got a better PR agent. That doesn't mean they actually got woke, unfortunately. If they did, it would be good. But they're on top of their PR.
Well, thank you. My background is literally just my background is boxing.
I know I was noticing I'm like a messy background. So you guys should do karaoke during the Love and Hip Hop stream. There's a Love and Hip Hop stream that you do that I'm not invited to? What's happening?
No, this is news to me.
I was gonna say we're not invited either, so shoot.
Oh, okay. Ron, what's your go-to song?
The chat went
Ron,
rogue. The chat went rogue and created their own stream.
Yeah, they just created their own stream, didn't invite us. It's like, oh, okay.
Barry
Yeah.
White. Who's that with the deep, deep voice? Ron, I sense you have a baritone happening there. What's your go-to song?
My go-to would probably be like 90s R&B.
Yes, because it's the best music ever. They don't have anything like that since then. Just mumble rap doesn't count. But that's just secondhand that I heard that. I don't listen, so I don't know. But we had Mary J. Blige, we had Lauryn Hill. I don't know if you're too young.
Yeah.
It's a sad thing. Yeah, I feel sad.
We had nothing good. We had nothing good since the 90s. Oh my god.
Nothing good, but we had Missy Elliott. I mean, case closed. Enough said. We got a lot of imitators. But I'm saying, when I'm with you, any good love song you want? God, Boys to Men. I mean, whatever. Tupac was alive. You guys don't know.
Let me see if I can find this. I mean, it's hard to say. I really don't know like what my go-to. So I didn't really listen to a lot of music except like a bunch of church type stuff.
TJL.
So I'm like, what music would I actually say is like, oh, this music I really heard growing up that I like. I had to basically retroactively find music late in life, which is like not great.
Not bad. Like, there's been times when, you know, like I would just get like the whole discography of like an artist that, you know, I just kind of listened to when I was a kid. And I was like, let me actually like listen to them. Like I did that with like Wu-Tang because I used to have like a really long.
Now they're old enough to understand the lyrics.
Yeah, like I used to have like a really long commute to work, so I used to like just listen to music like all the time, because I don't really listen like during when I work, even though I should, because it does actually help me concentrate. But no, like
I don't listen.
It's a better appreciation when like you actually listen to music, like when like you know at your current age.
I love musicians who actually write their own music and perform it, like who are actual artists and who actually like Fiona Apple and like people who like write their own lyrics. It makes a big difference to me, as opposed to just being like a Britney Spears or whoever. They're singing someone else's lyrics or someone else produces their music. It makes a big difference because you can be a good singer, but then if you're a true artist, you're like a multi-talented. You're a writer. You're whatever they do over there. Do that.
Keyboard rap.
So do I, Blake. So do I. Give Mumble a Chance is all an all-time classic. Is that a real thing? Skeet? Oh, Mumble.
Skeet. I don't even know if that's like.
That was before your time, Toby. Sorry.
I mean, I definitely know
Make it
about
fun of you.
Soldier Boy and then all those other references.
Yeah, we had a. Who am I thinking of? I forgot the names. Sorry, Miss Jackson. I am for real. What's the name of that group? I forgot the name of the group. The duo. Outcast.
That was freaking Outcast. Yes. So Outcast is cool, though. I'm sad to say I didn't really get hip to them. Now I heard Heya, or I've heard parts of Heya, but I had no idea who was singing.
Parts of Heya. I see this on YouTube, and I just want to lose my damn mind. These kids come on and do a reaction to a video, and they're reacting to these songs that are like classics. They're like, I've never heard this song before. This is my first time hearing this song by Mariah Carey, and I'm just like mind blown. I know half of them are fake. But then...
I haven't watched the Fine Brothers in many years, but yes, I used to see kids react, and teens react, and they started doing a bunch of other people react, and elders react, and YouTubers react. They had everyone in the world react. I was like, okay.
Some are okay. Like, yeah, when they first This Is America came out, there's a lot of reactions where it's unexpected people watching it, like, you know, like two white guys watching it and reacting is kind of interesting. But then they get to be in the fake territory where it's like, I've never heard of Whitney Houston. I'm like, really though? Then die.
I didn't know a lot of these names, so like, of course, I've heard like, oh, I wanna dance with somebody, but I had no idea who.
I don't know what that is either, Toby. Can you please not mumble?
I just want to dance with somebody.
Oh, I really want to dance with somebody. Oh, you can translate. You translate Toby for me.
See, L gets me.
Yeah,
I like it. I really want to dance with somebody. I want to put it.
Wow.
Someone has to. Someone has to get you, Toby.
I really want to sing right now. I got to go with the Shmuel to do that.
Oh man.
Check out my channel. I've got some
music also could be good for mental health.
It is, in fact.
Yeah.
Dancing, music, sex. I went there. Yes.
Dancing, music, sex, you said?
It's good for mental health. That's all I'm saying.
I don't know that. That last one I'm not very familiar with, but yes, so dancing.
Oh, totally. Honesty is good for mental health too. Thank you for sharing that.
Well, that was a half joke.
I'm a coach, not a practitioner.
I think that you're saying that I should be honest because you thought I was lying.
Chad, I was just kidding. Are you criticizing me? I apologize, Chad.
No, I don't. At this point, I'm not even.
It's okay. I'm just gonna try to roll past that. Rolling.
We're not gonna just blow past that like you didn't just say what you just said.
Self-love is good love. That's all I have to say. Ellie, you want to chime in anytime? Now, she has the classy lady habit of like knowing when not to speak. She's just like, no comment. But I see the disapproval in a way. I'm a little scared that I'm like,
oh no, like I'm like
raunchy.
looking at the chat and trying to see like like to put up.
She's like, I'm being a responsible adult over here and actually interacting with our viewers, increasing engagement. And I'm like, I got you one. No. But I apologize, Chad. I feel like I was pretty cool. Toby's a mumble rapper. If he wanted to be, he could be.
Oh, because apparently I mumbled.
I mean, I guess a
She's
mumble
screaming
R&B
to the
singer.
Mumble R&B.
I mean, I feel like we all do that. It's
That's
like,
what I said, DJ Elf. I agree with you.
She screamed into the street.
Sorry. Because she said, is DJ Elf, are you a female or male? I can't see your profile picture. They're like, I'm in excellent mental health, like shouting in all caps. They're like, they need to shout out in this street. Like, I'm not talking to myself right now. I'm just telling everybody in the world I'm healthy. But it's true. Responsible is boring. We're more interesting when we're crazy. I loved when the Crazy song came out by Gnarls Barkley or whatever his name was. I was like, that's my anthem. It wasn't that I didn't know enough. I just knew too much. You know about this, Toby. Knowing too much, heavy thoughts. Makes you too smart. But some of us went all the way and we went crazy.
No, actually.
You haven't lived until you've done time in a mental institution. Let me tell you right now. First of all, you realize you're not crazy. Because there's some crazy people in there. They're genuine. Secondly, it's a fun place.
Wait, was that thing that you said that was actually, was that you saying that about yourself, or you were quoting a song / joke about the mental institution thing?
I'm quoting a legendary thinker and philosopher known as B. Julia Tree. She's in the chat, so I'm speaking for her.
You said genuine, so I was like, wait, is this genuine? Was it like a lyric of his or something? But I got you.
You can't talk that cool. Be talking about yourself. I'm not crazy. You deny too much. Oh, I'm all man. Now I'm confused. We're very gender fluid. That's what I like about the next generation. They're gender fluid. I'm like, that's what's up.
Oh yeah.
No judgment.
Not to put them out there, but me shout here.
But no, I think
representing for the people, breaking.
It's very freeing to like go crazy.
Boundaries. Say that again.
It's very freeing to go crazy because the stigma around mental health is like, oh, if you have a mental illness, you're actually crazy. So then you're just like, fuck it, I'm crazy. Because I was depressed for a while, and so I went to a mental hospital for a minute. I was like, oh no, these people are crazy. Like I felt much better about my actual sanity, but which is not to denigrate anyone with an alternative mental health status, but it's also very freeing because you get to go in there and be like, I don't give a fuck. Can I cuss on this show? Sorry.
Oh,
because you're like, I'm already called.
Ron said that
it can go anyway.
Ron said this wouldn't be the Melanated Council if Elle wasn't cursing up a storm. Now I really like. I don't care personally. Obviously, they don't care either. So we're good. We out here.
Who doesn't care?
Be you. But
Ron,
you said How long were you since we're on this topic?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know how much you want to share, but like this.
I do. I'm open. Asking questions. I'm ready.
You just dropped this with like very casually, and now I'm like, wait a second. So you were institutional. I don't want to say it the wrong way.
Yes, I was in a like crazy house or whatever it's called. Because I was for a minute. Yeah, because that's why I brought up that May is Mental Health Awareness Month. If you can see my little avatar, it says that. I made that, by the way, from Headspace, and
oh, cool.
I put that on there, and because it is important to destigmatize it. Because there was a point in my life when I had chronic low-grade depression that was undiagnosed, and then I hit the wall. If anybody's had depression, they know what I'm talking about, where you just like, it's fucking deadly and it sucks and it's not even cool. And then that was like a really dark spring, and I got Prozac. So I was medicated for a while. I'm glad I'm not on medication anymore, but if you need it, do it. And then after that, I think it was like hit or miss. Oh, I was drinking a lot during that time. I was self-medicating. I was a hardcore alcoholic. So there were blackout times. My brother still holds stuff against me from that period, but I definitely was like voluntarily admitted. And it's good because you're just like, okay, I've gone all the way. I'm outside the fringes of society. I'm like beyond, like, I'm I was young too, so I was able to bounce back. But it's freeing in a way in that sense. But then it wasn't healthy. It was very
Like in
sad.
your like 20s young. I'm curious like how
Yeah.
old. Gotcha.
I've been 20 years. Praise God. I'm gonna cross myself, even though I'm not Catholic. Strangely, and thank God I've been depression free for 20 years, 25 years. So,
Big milestone.
thank you. I got snaps. Yeah, because it's serious. It's no joke.
Thank you for sharing. Like that's really big. Like because like you said, it destigmatizes a bit because there are people like even the show All American. Like I'm not fully up to date on it. I still need to get through season 4. I'm pretty early on. But All American, one of the main characters, ends up going to like I think they had the option to be able to do some kind of outpatient therapy because they were like, no, I'm not crazy. Like basically people had an intervention for us said like you need help, you have depression. But then finally after she realized something and she had like a really bad incident where for just a split second she kind of thought of like ending it all, she was like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna get help. She went on site, like into the institution, and she could go home on the weekends, but she felt more comfortable staying there and working through it. And that was really good. Like that was in California, actually. That was in Beverly Hills.
Unfortunately, we don't really have quality health, like a health institution that's just for someone who's depressed. We have like AA, like alcoholic or rehab places, but we don't even have stuff for homeless people. Like we need to have more mental health, like that's destigmatized. But unfortunately, the history of mental health institutions in America is rightly stigmatized because it used to just be someplace they sent outspoken women. Like we went from witch burning to being like, you know what, you're hysterical, or like you talk too much, or you have too many opinions, and they'd send them off to the crazy house. That was a very real threat at the time. 1800s, not now.
That's crazy,
right? It's like okay, it's amazing the way you can do things. You're not crazy if the people in the walls talk to you. You're just on a bad acid trip. Oh, you're crazy if they talk back. That too.
Crazy if you talk back. Yo.
People are taught to be dependent and at the mercy of others. Yeah, we're taught that, people should be taught to heal themselves. I agree 100%, DJ Elf. Way to chime in the chat. You're a valuable member. Thank you for being here. I agree. Because we do have self-healing bodies. It's kind of amazing. And our medical, big pharma, big medical is more invested in healing symptoms with medicines that cause more symptoms that require more medicine, you'll notice. And so it's all about profit. Whereas food as medicine is often cool. For thousands of years, we lived without doctors altogether. It's amazing. And yet we died really young too. That's true. There's good things about medicine, and we should also be taught to be independent thinkers. Most other institutions in Cali got closed when Reagan was governor. We're going to go there, Obama? We're going to go there. Okay. Reagan. Trickle-down economics, am I right?
So I do need to watch Doug Stanhope more. Like when I say more, I mean at all, because I only knew of one clip of him where it was my friend. He was a big fan of him, and so in college he was like, "Yeah, Doug Stanhope." Like he was saying how he was like, I come on stage drunk. Like I think he's like, I do drugs when I think up my jokes, and I come on stage drunk. He's like, Jesus Christ might have died for your sins, but I'm literally dying and killing myself to make you guys laugh. And I was like,
can I get some recognition, please?
Yeah, I was like, that was like one of the funniest things I heard, and I was like, I gotta listen to this guy, and I, of course, did not ever listen to this guy. So I need to find Doug Stanhope and find some of his best stuff. Get more people.
Doug Stanhope is a comedian.
Yeah, he's. I feel based on that what the joke that I heard, he has to be in the same class as like George Carlin, afraid to like say very unabashed, controversial things, but like make those kind of jokes. Or maybe not, because.
I mean, I haven't listened. Like I've listened to like a couple of his things. Like definitely like unabashed. Yeah, I feel like he's like kind of sort of in the vein of like, what's his name? Like Anthony Jeselnik. I think that's his name. Like very, very dark humor. I feel like is Doug Stanhope.
Doug Stanhope. Oh, I don't. Yeah. I'm more of an Ellen girl. I'm like, I like people well, no, not necessarily actually. Whitney Cummings, like it.
Yeah, I like Whitney Cummings.
Yeah.
I like Whitney Cummings a lot.
Yeah.
I like Anthony Jeselnik too, because like his style of dark humor is like, I feel like is really good. Some people like really like dark humor, but they don't know how to.
Yeah.
Like,
if you can sense the darkness underneath, it's still there and unhealed. It's kind of sad. Like it's the dark comedy of the clown or something. But some people can take trauma and make it funny because it's like you got to heal that way. It's like healing to be able to laugh about. Like, didn't all our moms beat us when we were kids, right? Just me, because it's that kind of thing where you laugh together and it feels better.
Right. Yeah.
Was I the only one that got beat with the shoe? Hanger? Anybody? No.
Yeah, like, of course.
I know. Right?
No, like, you know, I'm trying, like, no, I don't know if maybe a hanger. I want to be surprised if that. But
That's so bad when the weapons come out, though. And you're a good girl. Like, I don't see any reason to hit you with a hanger. Like, that's just so.
Hey,
if I was a parent, I'm not a parent.
like when I was a kid, you know.
Well, I wasn't a bad kid, though. You probably weren't a bad kid. Nobody. I don't think we should lose our tempers with children. It's not a good example. Like, you don't hit people out of anger. You don't teach kids, use your words and then go and drop bombs in other countries. I'm taking it political. Stop right there. Gil, who's the prince? Toby?
I don't know. Well, I'm the baby apparently, so maybe I am.
We're all royalty here, so you must.
Then Ron's not. I mean, Ron's not old though. Ron's
the king.
No,
We
like,
both
looking at this shit.
He's got his mask on.
Gil's a dark elf.
The dark elf. I like BJL.
Very
For genuine and
I,
Mark
heard
Twain.
that, I didn't fully get that reference.
I thought
Actually-
genuine.
No, so I knew genuine. Like I was definitely saying genuine. I get that Chad was joking, but I don't think I understand the joke, unfortunately.
I don't either. I'm sorry. You lost me, Chad. Danny DeVito with long ears.
I imagine the Discord. That's funny.
Yeah, please, Blake. I agree with Blake. I mean, Chad, we're gonna need an image to go with that.
Oh yeah, Discord. So I'll be honest, I don't be checking the Discord through the stream. But
Oh.
since people be out here posting.
Can you put the Discord link in the chat so I can click on it on my laptop?
Oh, jeez. I mean,
Yeah, I forgot. I have not gained that skill yet. I'm still skilling up.
Tech wise, bro wise, you're on top of your game. Whoa, you're doing the pandemic beard, Toby. I just realized. I put on my glasses. I'm like, he's got that pandemic beard going.
Oh no, this isn't even the most. This is not even the full of it. The fullest of it.
I love it. I love when the guys went back to caveman style. It's like, yeah, all the guys are like, no barbers, no deal. I'm not doing it. I'm not shaving. It's too much work. We're all staying home. Like men are just like, no deodorant, nope, no nothing.
I have to get back into the swing of things and actually being like a representable human being.
You're presentable. We're all natural here. I'm not wearing any pants. Come on now. I expect to go back to work that way too.
I like beards. I like beards.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
I'll be your beard.
The beards have to connect.
You just gotta know how to work with it. Like there's some beards that they have like the goatee and then there's like a space.
Straggly.
Supposed to like connect. Sorry.
Damn it. I'm trying to lightweight flirt with Elle and I got my genders wrong. Like, I'll be your beard. That doesn't make any sense.
Well, you said that
Thank
you
you,
tried it. Oh wait, sorry, that was to me.
Go.
There was some clip, but I have to figure out where it was on. Someone. I responded to it, so I don't know if they sent it to me, but it was this clip of male husband material qualifications. It was a Nigerian comedian. It was pretty funny. I mean, I felt personally attacked on some ends. But one of them literally was you have a podcast. He's like, a podcast to talk about what? Get a job next. And then it was also I think she referenced Kevin Samuels and some other things, which is not the vibe that we're necessarily given. But
yeah.
The things was about beards connecting. If your beard connects, you definitely are not husband material. If you have a 6-pack, it's that you are not husband material. They said if you don't have a 6-pack, you don't have abs. He's great, because
you have a dad bod.
Where else is the kid? Where else is our child going to bouncy castle on, but not your gut? Congrats, you passed.
Nice try.
I feel like you would actually appreciate it.
Good effort. Good effort at comedy.
I'll post it in the chat.
A little bit.
It's a good effort.
We don't want to shame people for having 6-packs. Let's not shame the fit, handsome people.
We're shame fit athletic people with 6-packs. Yo.
With a full beard.
Oh no. The full beard. God, what else? I know at one point there was. Well, that's fine because that's different though. Like, even though like the whole being skinny and attractive is like it was a big metric of being attractive. And I think it was just like when thick girls were being praised more, there was like, oh, you're skinny shaming, and it's like, oh, okay. I mean, not that I am personally trying to skinny shame. I'm very skinny myself, but like, I was like, is this a thing? Like, are people actually skinny shaming? Like, is this a thing, or are you guys just? Anyways, that's a whole different conversation. I'm just imagining a child breaking their necks on some solid. Like, I guess son, and then just, oh, well, we tried.
Like bounce the kid on his belly, and it's like, oh no, my stomach was too hard. Right? It's like this.
Person had no bounce was had.
Their muscles were just that hard.
There is no bouncing on this castle. Sorry, next.
They should have just ordered a bounce house. That's what they're there for. To not bounce on rock hard abs. Oh man. No, that's funny. I personally don't think there's anything wrong with, a 6-pack and a beard connecting. It's a little bit of a preference. But it's not my whole preference.
I think I think their joke was kind of like maybe it's you're you're not a husband material because it's like street behavior. I mean, it really shouldn't be, but like, oh, you have a 6-pack, your beard is all this, you podcast, you do all these things, streets. But then if you're like, oh no, you have the patches and you're just letting yourself go, okay, yeah, your husband, you're safe.
Right, because I guess like another woman won't snatch him or something.
I did see something like some years ago where it was like why women prefer more uglier men. Apparently, like there's like a sense of security and safety.
Right.
I was like, oh, thank God. I have hope. No, that's what I was thinking. Like when I first read it. Nowadays,
you don't think you have hope anymore?
No, I've accepted that I'm a magnet, and it is what it is.
That's a good way to.
12-pack.
I love it.
Come here. If you have a 6-pack, you've got time. Oh yeah, you've got time. My wife must have.
Don't forget the suitcases.
The suitcase. Got the suitcase and the carry-on.
Why, yes, it is. Cracks one open. Would you like one? Oh man, I love it here. I love it.
Well, chat, since you know my type, go find me someone. Be much appreciated.
There. I mean, yeah, what she said.
I come back. That's the last thing I heard. That's what she said.
Oh,
What?
Yeah, I meant literally, but yeah.
Oh man.
What is a keg, Brocky? I would love to know what in this context. Oh, I guess that's like an extra hard. That's like the daddy of all packs, I guess.
Yeah, pretty much.
If you thought super packs were bad, wait until you see a keg.
A keg is like just a belly. Like it's like a joke. It's like why, it's like why bring a 6-pack when you can bring a keg?
Oh no, I actually haven't heard this. That's like so clever though.
Mm-hmm. That's funny though. I used to hear it all the time.
I don't have beer on there, but I have beer somewhere in my fridge. I'm not gonna get it now, but drinking, the more 6-packs you drink, the less of a 6-pack you'll have, and that's on Toby Samuel's advice.
Stop it.
I've stopped going to the gym when the shutdowns happened. Been doing prison workouts. Oh, those what you refer to like indoor, like using indoor workouts, like I don't know, dumbbells and medicine ball exercise balls and stuff.
I feel like prison workouts is usually like upper body because usually in like prison yards they just tend to have like a lot of upper body stuff, like the barbell, and that's kind of it. So usually like somebody when they come out of prison, like they tend to have like a really big like upper body, and then like kind of looks like they, you know, like I guess slender like lower body.
Interesting. Doesn't your butt hurt? I saw that with no context, and I was like, huh?
Yeah, no, I'm not sure about that.
I was like, wait, what happened? I stopped going to the gym when the shutdowns happened.
Oh, that's what, Chad? Shut up, Chad.
Oh wait, so is the butt hurt referring to? Okay, is it referring to
yeah.
dropping soap? Okay, got you. Amazing.
I'm gonna go to prison, so I have an excuse to skip leg day.
Oh my gosh.
Oh Lord have mercy.
Like they could totally squat now that I think about it. Like they could put the barbell on their back and I guess maybe they just don't have the time.
That's the full body. I guess like when it comes to leg stuff, yeah, maybe it's not as much. I don't know. You can. It did the first 3 months, but the booty gets firm. That's what's normalize men having nice booties / talking about booties, not necessarily about each other's. I mean, if y'all want to do that, be my guest. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying, but normalize men being able to have booties and working out our booties.
I second that notion.
Yes, there we go. We already know. We know the third. We know the trifecta of L's preferences. We thought it was just connecting beards and don't say it, but connecting beards and six packs. It's really about the booty. Game.
The booty's a big thing. Like, there's this guy at my gym, and I'm like, he has a nice butt, but like I don't wear my glasses at the gym, and I'm nearsighted, so I was just like, I think he's cute. He just has a nice butt. But usually, like when especially like a guy, I assume I guess this may refer to women as well, but especially with a guy. Like when they have like a nice butt, it's like, okay, like they know how to work out. A lot of guys would just have like the upper body because like, I guess like men, like they show muscle in the upper body faster. So they tend to like focus on that. Or it's just like, oh, let me just get big arms just to look hot, you know, attract women. It's like, yeah, nice arms are great and everything. But yeah, I appreciate nice booties of all genders.
It's amazing.
Yeah. Oh, I wonder that.
But wait, there's more. He also has a nice personality. Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. He waves at me. That's enough. But like,
I'm dead. The bar, whatever bar, the bar is hair. The bar has been lifted down to hair. A lot of leg work the guys do in jail. Interesting.
Riots.
Prison riots, I'm guessing.
Yeah, are riots often in jails? I feel like they would be and should be because. Yeah.
I'm in the show.
But yeah.
She did an Irish goodbye, or was it the opposite of Irish goodbye?
Represent.
Yes.
Whatever the one that you do with this is like, oh, where did they go? Where'd they go? So if that's the case, she's living up to her name, and I'm with it.
Yeah.
I just got a booty call, so I got to jump off soon.
Oh, you're supposed to stay on, and you know we're supposed to hear the booty call. I mean, that's a respectable time for a booty call for you. 8:30.
Actually,
that's not bad.
What else said yes? Like, I didn't even think about that. You were quick with the L because yes, you are supposed to stay on so we can all hear. What do you? Come on, Brooke. You can't do us like that.
I know. Bad connection.
Can't leave us in suspense.
That's not even like booty calls anymore. It's just like booty texts.
I didn't say that. What? You guys, the conversation's going downhill. I object.
Oh, you mean you started pushing downhill?
I think you misheard me.
Yeah, I think so. I thought you said that you had like a booty call.
I thought we were talking about jail. Obama, take it away. No, I have a bad connection right now. I don't know.
Okay.
The internet said it broke up and said, "You're done. Women don't get to be funny and sexual. Not at the same time. Not in this lifetime." And I said, "You're right, internet. I'm sorry. Whatever the young people are doing, it's okay." And I did get a chance to get over to Discord and see what Chad's picture looks like, and he does not look like I pictured him. He's not a blonde man. He's a husband. I'll leave it at that. He's white man.
Let me see.
Who's Italian?
Where did he put it? Oh, Doug Stanhope. For a second, I was like, Chad put a picture of himself in the chat? What?
No, in Discord.
Okay. I mean, that's what I meant, like in Discord. But no, it's Doug Stanhope.
His avatar or profile picture.
Oh, yeah.
If you go to my Rover profile, you'll see my actual picture. It's me kissing a dog.
Aww.
Aw.
That's what I call my boyfriend. No, I'm just kidding. I'm a dog walker.
Is that
Feminist
dog-
humor.
That's fair.
It is a real dog. It's a beautiful golden shepherd. Is that what they're called?
Aw.
Golden retriever. And it's a little bit romantic. I kiss way too many dogs. Wait, that doesn't sound right. Back in my day. Hey, Chad's probably younger than you.
It's above me.
Sorry,
now. Like back in my day.
I'm gonna rename myself Brooke the Interrupter. I'm legendary, but I'm like, sorry.
So,
Nobody calls anymore. They're booty.
My timing's off.
Yeah, no, they don't.
And first of all, it's booty. Elizabeth, that's cute. It's not booty with an IE because that's like what goes on a baby. A booty is like E is with a Y. Or you can say booty with an AY.
yeah,
But that's
booty
adorable.
calls are gonna be like the booty monitor or the baby monitor. That's what the booty call would be. It's a baby monitor.
Back
It's
in my
like,
day, we didn't answer
I'm
calls.
crying, it's time to change the diaper up. That's my booty call.
It's like, I know the little.
But good point, Elizabeth. That's true. They text now.
Yeah.
I don't want to throw it off. Well, that's so cute. She's put booties, like little baby booty.
Yeah, answer calls. That's time.
Elizabeth sounds like a married woman.
Don't answer the call. You let them wait in suspense.
The high value man speaks again.
See, I was gonna say it was actually gonna get very dark. It sounded very not. It was good. It was gonna.
Only with the light behind you. Sorry.
The light. No, because I was gonna say some things as a joke, but I was like, that's not advice that I actually want anyone to take and run with. So never mind. Before you start playing too many games.
That's funny.
I mean,
Oh my god.
possibly.
I think they probably had like little tiny messages. They probably said you up or something. Like in the
Pagers and technology moves so fast. Can we talk about Moore's Law? Oh my goodness. You guys are familiar.
I looked it up some weeks
It's
ago.
crazy.
I mean, I've had to know Moore's Law for school. Like, that was not a choice not to know it. But, like, I looked it up some weeks ago because I was curious about not just, like, how... Because there's normally you talk about the size, right? Things are smaller, smaller, smaller. But I was also curious, are things getting... Is Moore's Law... It's not just,
Faster. It's faster. It's like, it goes... We're hitting warp speed, like, seriously.
things get faster and the size of, like, the... whatever, things... like
Smaller,
things get
cheaper, and faster.
And exactly. But apparently there's supposed to be some kind of like limit to it, like especially
Right.
now. But I don't know.
I feel like we're gonna hit critical mass like any day now. I feel like we're hitting warp speed. It's strange with technology. We're almost going too fast. You know, like we get more information one day than they got in 300 years, 100 years ago, whatever they told, or whatever they say. Like we literally get way too much information. I've had to like block. I don't go on social media. Moore's Law didn't account for Windows getting shittier. Thank you, Chad. Boom. He'll be here all week, folks. Moore's Law definitely accounts for like the acceleration of technology. And we should definitely have robots doing all the hard work. Blake, that's a big word. I don't appreciate it. Why are you going to be intelligent?
Lift. Is that stone?
Lithography would be the study of writing, it sounds like.
Yeah.
That's a wild guess.
Or like
I was thinking when I
My
heard
school went bankrupt.
lithography.
yeah, it's printing.
Study of printing?
It's
Really?
like a planographic printing process, printmaking
They
process.
invented
The line is drawn onto a flat stone.
You're
Okay.
reading that off the internet, aren't you?
Stone. I was like, I don't really smoke like that, so I know we're not talking about stones.
I'm just saying, like, Elizabeth just found out she's going to be a grandma. Congratulations, Mrs. Norris.
Congratulations!
Oh, awesome.
Must have been subconscious somewhere. Did you put that wish out in the world and manifest it? I was going to say, she sounds like, oh, with the booty.
What are your intentions?
And the dad would pick up the phone and be like, what are your intentions with my daughter? What is your family name? Yeah, now the dad is gone, long gone, before you even make a phone call on yourself. So that's cute.
Right.
I actually have some memes I have to share about what are your intentions. And I can't believe I didn't share any of this last week, but it's fine. I'll put them in the Discord.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the inventing of the printing press, and it was all downhill from there. Technology has just gone off the rails. I don't know why we don't have robots doing shit, but I'm just going to keep harping on that because we could tax the robots, VAT. I'm back at Yang.
Mm-hmm.
Value added tax. And we all have a UBI, and we're all better off.
And everything
That's
goes.
my opinion.
Man, things are so complicated. Freaking
It's not complicated, it's very simple. It's 3 letters.
supply
CBT,
chain.
UBI, VAT.
VAT though would be like there's so much value out there. Anyways, but
Amazon doesn't pay any taxes, and it's not right. I protest.
I can't even fathom. My dad had to come in and meet my dad before I could leave with him.
1970s was the last time the minimum wage got a bump.
Back in a more wholesome day, I guess.
Shut up, Chip.
Sorry.
That's a good one. That's a good one. No, instead of computer chips.
Crisps? Wait,
Yeah,
so is
we're
crisp a
calling-
word that they use? I thought chip was their word for at least fry. They use a word for crisp? Oh, chip.
Yeah, crisp is for chips. Yeah,
Oh my god, I never knew that this whole time.
and then what's your fries is chips.
Yeah, that's why when I said computer chips, when you
Computer
said crisp,
processing.
And then cookies are biscuits.
oh, okay, yeah, I've heard the biscuit thing, I think.
Yeah, I was like, what?
Crumpets. I didn't really, oh my god. Brain chips then has their cognitive ability to start putting in their pillows. Oh god, Pfizer does that, it's gonna be all hell breaking loose. Oh my god, see, we're right. We were right this whole time. They want the microchips to put it in us in the vaccines. Oh my god, Pfizer, please. Whatever the scientific
final
cost
days.
is worth it.
It's a sign.
People will burn down like things.
Who's with me?
People,
It's a sign of the apocalypse once you get the chip. Who's that? I think in Discord, like Niche called it.
Well, I know that Gil first posted, and then Mish did post a nice video too. His was a little more uplifting because the other one was like, "There is no hope for humanity. We're doomed."
I like the Seinfeld Christian guy. Remember the guy who was like the deadpan voice, and he's Elaine's girlfriend or boyfriend, where she's like, "I'm going to hell," and you don't care. He's like, "I'm not going to hell. I'm fine. I don't care." Did you guys see that Seinfeld? Am I totally dating myself? Like 100,000%.
I didn't really watch Seinfeld like that, but I know that
That was kind of white too.
Elle talked a lot about. We talked about it a bit with the whole thing with comedy and stuff. There are some bits that I probably do need to watch, like just to kind of get like, oh, this is like a very classic type of comedy device. Because I've heard of how Seinfeld in general is very like it was kind of like a progenitor for a lot of sitcoms, and they had a lot of things that were original back. Like if you watch it, you might be like, okay, haha.
It's a show about nothing. It was very original. Right. I fucking hated Friends. Friends is like the most garbage. I hated fucking Friends. Like, it's still popular.
I never watched Friends, but I know it's super.
It's very monochromatic for one thing. Ugh. It's just, and it was not. It's like, who are all these people who don't have a job but have like a $50,000 apartment in Manhattan? It's like it was very like. It was good to be white.
It's good to be white.
It's
basically the.
Very shaming. I felt attacked. I was like, some of us don't have 5 friends. Okay, stop bragging. Stop being hilarious and braggy all the time.
And that would be That would be the dream to just have
I'm losing light. I'm
Fruit tell the board. Yeah, on that friendly note, we're gonna have to wrap up our stream. Unfortunately, right now it's 11.
I agree. So I'm like descending in the darkness over here. I'm like going to toe.
Yeah, so
I'm losing the light.
Yeah, unfortunately, as always, the stream.
It doesn't end until somebody sings. I'm gonna profess.
There's no fat
Glad I
ladies on
came
the
back
stream, so.
right at the right moment. Islands in the stream. Okay. You guys have a theme song.
I'm ending the stream. That's funny.
No one in between. I don't know the words. I'm just making up stuff.
Right.
It's catchy. We could make it up for Melanated Council. Put it on top of another song.
Yeah, no, Chad, you bring up a good point. So next week we want, definitely as many as you guys on. We especially, as many as you guys on,
Interrupted Brooke strikes again.
So because next week we'll definitely be celebrating our 2 years. It'll be 2 years officially that we've, became a streaming family. So if you can, Chad, Blake, Barack,
Gil,
Liz, Gil,
Elizabeth.
I said Liz.
Obama.
Elizabeth. And Mish, of course.
Yes.
All if you all have the time, you don't have to stay, the entire, 2 hours or however long. You can just come in, for 5-10 minutes and come out. I get you. We're all busy.
Exactly.
But we'd love it if you all can come on.
We need a good. You guys need a good sign off, hands together, or
But yeah, prove yourself that you're a real boy, a real TMC viewer. I attack the dark. Okay, Blake. So definitely, it's not over, of course, because you can still always you can still chat with us on the Discord.
Yes.
So and
Can you sing on Discord? Oh, do you guys ever do the voice on Discord? I kind of like talking to y'all. There's an option to do that on Discord, isn't there? There's chat. There's chat.
I don't know if we have for Clubhouse or not, but that's definitely an option.
Yeah, no, for
it's
sure.
On Discord too. I'm in there right now, actually.
If you guys want to, because you can actually one of us could actually create an event for just the voice option in Discord. If that's something that you guys are interested in, let us know definitely in the Discord, in the chat. We could definitely create things like that. But yeah, definitely. We can, we'd love it if as many of you guys can come on, and we could just chat, celebrate. It's definitely not a no pressure, of course. I understand if you don't want to come on the stream, but we'd really love it and appreciate you all if you did. So, but unfortunately the stream has to come to a close tonight because it is getting late and we all have
group hug. Virtual hug. Oh, sorry. Too much too soon. Thank you guys so much for letting me come on and interrupt you and insert my little 2 cents.
Yeah,
it's been so fun talking and listening to you.
2 cents or whatever.
Ron, especially you. You've just been overwhelming me with all the verbal babbling on your side. Why are you so quiet, Ron?
Why? Because I am vibing out with all you cool folks, both in the chat and on screen, and I cannot wait to see you guys come on this platform, and we're just gonna have the biggest laugh ever.
Yes,
absolutely.
Yes.
Yes.
We got space for how many? Just to double reaffirm for the audience.
So
11.
We got space for 7 more people.
Okay.
So we can have a total of 10 on screen, real time. It's gonna be a
You mean 6 more people?
6 more people. So yeah, 6
Well,
more people.
Yeah, for today's stream. Yeah.
Oh, right. Oh,
We need
gotcha,
a raise
gotcha.
hand feature.
Yeah.
Just for myself, I need a raise hand feature because I'm like, my timing can be bad.
Yeah, I guess they're using the kind of like feature here.
Right, like there could have been like some sort of like little code thing, you know, like just like the like Discord has like little things that you can do. But yeah, there needs to be something for YouTube. But yeah, y'all, we're gonna have to sign off. We love you. But you know, you don't have to miss us too hard because you can talk to us on the Discord.
Yes.
And with that said, have a great night, everybody. Good night.
Good night.
Much love.
Good night. Good night.
Good night.
Good
Love
night.
you all.
Gotta